All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Well, thank you for joining this episode in the Unlimited Truth. And man, do we got a superstar panel for you today? Almost everybody done made it today, man. Listen, like Iraq, like Zink said, I said SEAL Team Six after everyone. All right, I found Iraq hiding out where you be at again, Zeke?
Man,
The
a fucking
Pitcairn
Yeah,
Islands.
the Pitcairn Islands. Yeah, man. I found Daya hiding in the woods of northern Michigan. All right. I found Zink in the igloo up in Chicago. All right. I done kidnapped Sega Man from Pittsburgh. All right, just to make this all happen, man. So yeah, we got
No, and pulled Tuck from the water fountain.
oh yeah,
uh-huh.
man. I had to rescue him from his coworkers because they were still talking about PlayStation. But yeah, we got a great show for you guys. Some interesting topics today. Valve announced a new Steam machine. Sony confirmed that buying Bungie was a regret. But before we do that, as always, we got to do our introductions. And first and foremost, the number one with the gun, Sega Man, introduce yourself.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what, man. This is like a damn family reunion, man. To come back on the unlimited truth with all the true Xbox gamers out here, man. We got Zinc, we got the first lady of Xbox, I call her, the first lady of chat, aka our brother, E-Rock, the Don King of Xbox, E-Rock X, man, and we got our brother Tuck, man. This is going to be a great show, man. This is Sega Man 101. I can't wait to get into these topics and hear everybody's opinion on what we're going to talk about today on the Unlimited Truth, man. So it's good to be here, man. And it feels good. This is family. This is family, man. And oh, yeah, we're eating good over here.
Oh,
So let's
oh,
get it rolling.
yep. And what up, Google Poe ran and Faded Blaze? Yeah, man, that Texas game Sunday was insane. But the next up, man, the host of the Lions Den podcast, the water cooler, master of the water cooler, Tuck Master, man. Introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, this is your boy DJ Tuck Master 785. I can't stand ponies, and I know they can't still stand me. So, in other words, let's just get this ball rolling so we can go ahead and talk about some good quality games and all that good stuff, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. And next up, the artist formerly known as E-Rock X. Introduce yourself.
Hey guys, it's always great to be here on the Unlimited Truth. Where tonight we're gonna talk that talk. We got some great topics. We got a great panel. Hopefully they can all stay from beginning to end. And I'm excited, man. Let's get things going.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Next up, the first lady of chat, the Queen of Green, Daya 4568. Introduce yourself.
I'm Dia4568. I love my team here, my podcasters here, and thank you everybody for joining us today. I know sometimes it's erratic, but we're glad to have you.
Yes, yes. I appreciate it as well. And last but not least, for the introductions, he represents the chat. Other Zinc, introduce yourself.
Exactly. And you started the show off perfectly with Sega Man saying this is like a family reunion.
Yeah.
And like E-Rock and I are currently going through, and we're nothing special taking care of our parents because we have friends, I'm sure, that don't have any parents. And, my aunt passed about a week and a half ago. Then a couple of my other friends' parents passed. Our class president's dad passed, and my uncle is coming home for the first time since I graduated high school in '86 to attend my aunt's funeral. So it's a family reunion and class reunion this weekend for me. Everybody will be here for some odd reason. So this is good, and especially seeing Dia come alive here.
Yeah. Yeah, last time you were MIA, man. So
That's
it's
true.
it's a blessing to have you here too. But I'm going to start with this. So today, and this happened just maybe 2 hours ago, Valve announced the new Steam machine, Steam controller, and Steam Frame VR headset. The one I do want to focus on the most is the Steam machine. From my understanding, they're kind of saying it's their version of a hybrid console, if you will. It's a PC, but it has Steam OS or something like that. So I guess hey, what up, Anthony Chipmunk?
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start with Sega Man. Sega Man, do you think that the Steam machine will do anything to say compete with the next Xbox? Would you consider it kind of in the same vein of like a Xbox or Nintendo Switch in the console space? Do you think that this is something different?
You there?
Oh, somebody grabbed them.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
We can hear you, Sega Man.
It's not a podcast without this happening, man. It's a true family reunion.
All right, what were you saying, Unlimited?
All right, so the Steam machine, Valve today announced the Steam machine, the Steam controller, and the Steam Frame VR headset. The Steam machine is the kind of one I want to focus on more because they're kind of saying it's a PC hybrid. It's going to have Windows or Linux or something like that, and Steam OS operating system. So what I'm asking you is, do you think that this is going to compete with the next gen Xbox, Nintendo Switch in the console space? You think that this is something different?
Unlimited, man, this is I don't Unlimited. I really don't know, man. I don't think it's going to be put out there to compete with the console. I don't think so, man. Maybe, but in all reality, we actually are playing on PCs now. They're just in a plastic box.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Basically, I mean, if you think of the Series X, it's basically a computer. It just has a box. It's just a plastic box. It's covering it. You know what I mean? It's more close to a PC than you can really get. If you look at the interface of the Series X now and all the games, the different games that are coming in there and stuff like that, it kind of reminds you sort of like that. You know what I mean? So this is an interesting thing come out. It's a nice piece of tech as I'm looking at it. It kind of looks like a Series X, the little box that it looks like. It's actually pretty cool looking. I mean, I welcome it because I mean, I'm preferably a console player, but you got to remember, I also play on PC. I play my Ultimate Game Pass on my laptop, so I welcome it, man. I mean, if it's gonna contribute to gaming, I welcome it, man. You know what I mean? I think it might be something interesting to take a look at and check out. When I can't wait to hear our First Lady of Chat's opinion on it, because as everybody well knows, she plays on Xbox, but she plays mostly and plays on PC. But yeah, man, this is interesting. But you know what? I think Sony might be a little afraid of this. You know what I mean? This coming out, man. We'll have to see. But with Gabe Newell and all them and the Steam, I always wanted a Steam Deck Unlimited. I'm not gonna lie to you. I always kind of wanted a Steam Deck, the little handheld. I kind of did, but it was just too pricey for me. You know what I mean? But I kind of was interested in maybe getting one. And I'm thinking about getting the Xbox Rogue Ally X. I just don't know which one I want to get yet.
Right.
I'm actually honestly thinking about getting it. You know what I mean? Not right now. Maybe after Christmas and after when the holidays are over. But right. I'm thinking about it. Because I got a Best Buy thing. I got to deal with them. So I'm kind of thinking about it. But yeah, man, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting because with these newer systems coming out, like the Xbox Magnus, which is it's a / PC hybrid, console hybrid. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting, man. When these consoles come out, and the Steam looking console comes out, it's going to be very interesting, man. So yeah, I welcome it, brother. We'll see. We'll see how it does. I think it'll probably do pretty well, but we'll see, brother. But that's my opinion on it, man.
Yeah. Excellent stuff there, Sega Man. And let me ask you one more question before I move on.
Sure.
Would you rather have the Steam machine or the Steam Deck, the handheld or the hybrid console?
To be honest with you, man, I think I would rather probably have the handheld.
Mm-hmm.
I just always been interested in it. I would hear other people give their opinions about that have it. You know, they would say it would get too hot sometimes, or the battery life would wear out too fast. But there were also good things that they said about it too. But I don't know about the console, man. I'm more focused on limited. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm more focused on the Xbox Magnus.
Yes,
I'm more focused on that,
well,
and I will.
Yeah, and listen, when that's announced, we're going to be the first one to talk about it. But this was dropped today. I can't talk about rumors right now since I don't work at Microsoft. But judging from what I'm seeing, the Magnus is going to be significantly more powerful than this device.
Yep.
But yeah, continue, Sega man.
But yeah, Brother Unlimited, that's probably about it. I can't wait to hear the panel, our family, about what they think about this Steam machine coming out. But people are gonna buy it like hotcakes. All the tech guys, all the high tech computer dudes are definitely gonna buy that.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, from looking at it now on the picture that you're showing, it looks very interesting. And I'll tell you one thing, Unlimited, before we move on, and I'll land my plane. If this thing comes in at a reasonable price, your boy Sega Man might consider buying it. It has to be really reasonable price, though, man. And I might consider checking it out. Honestly, I might consider checking it out.
Yeah,
but that's all I got on that, man.
According to Mr. Kima, the Xbox Ally X is more powerful than the Steam Deck console. So,
correct.
Wow, that's insane.
You mean the handheld? Yeah, the handheld. Because that's old. That's old tech. That's old tech. This is the Ally Rogue Ally X is new tech.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would definitely buy that Unlimited. If I had a choice and somebody said, Sega Man, here's the Steam Deck and here's the Rogue Ally X, you know what I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick the Rogue Ally X. I'm not going to pick the Steam Deck. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Excellent stuff there, Sega Man. Tuckmaster, you still there or are you walking your dogs?
No, I'm here.
y'all heard the dogs barking in the background, right? All right, so Tuck. So today Valve announced this new Steam machine, the Steam controller, and Steam Frame VR headset. I want to focus on the Steam machine because they're saying it's like this PC console hybrid. It's going to have Steam OS. It's going to have all the features, some features like pretty much. If this sounds familiar, play your games anywhere. What does that sound like? You know what I'm saying? So my question with you is the Steam? Do you think the Steam machine? You think it would compete in any way with the next generation Xbox? Do you see it in the same space as the consoles, or something different?
When is the thing supposed to be coming out?
Early 2026.
Okay.
No release date. No pricing yet. Just early 2026.
Well, my whole thing about it like this, I mean, Steam is already, I don't even know why even Steam doing it, because number one, I understand why they're doing it, because, it's money. It's money involved. But the thing about it is they really don't even need to do it because they got the Xbox doing everything for them anyway. I put like this. Now, one thing I will say, I will agree with what Sega Man said is this. You think about it. Right now, these systems, you can put Steam on the Xbox right now, and it wouldn't be no problem. But we know it's all about money. So at this time, I'm leaving it alone. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not messing with it because I'm very, very happy with the Xbox and what they're doing with it. It's to me, I know everybody want to make money and all that stuff, but some things you should just leave alone, and I think that's one of them. I think, if they're going to come out with this Steam machine and everything, I think it might be okay, but it might not be okay, especially if it's less powerful than the Xbox series, than the new Xbox, because we know that's going to be a monster when it comes out. The Ally is a monster right now. So, I don't know. I'm just being serious with y'all. But as far as I'm concerned, it's not a win for me because I'm an Xbox dude through and through. All day long. I don't even care about nothing else but Xbox, and that's it. So that's my whole kabang on it.
Yeah, excellent stuff there. Excellent stuff. Yeah, what's up, Vontae? Yeah, excellent stuff there, Tuck. Yeah, and that's probably going to be a common thing. Sega Man said he has some interest. Tuck is like, no, I don't got no interest at all, man.
Right.
Yeah. Look, we're gonna give our thoughts further because I got my own thoughts on it. But next up, my brother E-Rock X, my big brother in this game. E-Rock, man, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Valve announced a new Steam Machine controller and VR headset, right? And so the Steam Machine is going to have Steam OS. They're saying it's kind of like a PC hybrid. No pricing yet. Coming out early next year. Do you think that this will conflict in any way with, say, Xbox plans to play anywhere or next gen hardware or anything? Or do you think that this is its own separate entity?
No, it's its own separate entity. Valve, the Steam Machine people, the PC people, that's their own segment. That's their thing over there. There's already been Steam machines out, Steam handhelds, Steam decks. I think Gabe Newell and Valve, they want to remain competitive in that space.
Mm-hmm.
I think the console space exists on its own. It exists in its own little thing, but that's why Xbox and Microsoft have been trying to move beyond the Xbox just being a box and the Xbox being a brand that you can play across devices, because of stuff like this, because of Valve, because of this uncertain future for gaming. Uncertain in a sense that we don't know who the players are going to be. What's certain about it is the money.
Yeah.
What like a $3 trillion a year industry.
Mm-hmm.
So Valve and Steam, they want some of that, and they want to hold on to what their market is. I think with the Steam Machine and the Steam Deck being a PC console hybrid, and the Xbox being a console, phone, TV, PC, PlayStation, you name it, hybrid, we're seeing gaming reach a mass adoption that we've never seen before. And so my thoughts is the more the merrier. I don't think it's a competition. I don't think it's competition in any way for Xbox's upcoming console. I think that console that's coming out for Xbox is going to appeal to its market. And its market, of course, is about, 10% these YouTube streamers, who are going to buy any machine as soon as it comes out. Oh, I hate Xbox. Yeah, they're the first ones to get the fucking machine and make a video.
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
And about another 60% is going to be people like myself, Unlimited Production, Sega Man, who are going to buy it anyway. And another certain percent is guys like Tuck who are going to buy 8 of them day one. So I don't think. I think Valve is just trying to cater to their market and stay relevant in an ever-changing space. The more the merrier. Hey man, look, it is what it is. The more the merrier, man. Let's real rap, man. Let's find out who the top dog is out here. Yeah. All this talk about boxes sold and all this bullshit. Let's find out who the top dog is. And Unlimited Production has been trying to drill into people for 5 years now. It's not about hardware anymore. It's about services. Yep. And Valve is getting a machine out there to get their services out to their people. Xbox has an ecosystem out there to get their services out to people. So hey man, I welcome it. I don't know if I'll be buying it. I'm an Xbox dude. I'm a console gamer. I don't know if I'll be buying it. I mean, I don't even know if I'm not even buying the Xbox handheld. But I wish I like Gabe Newell. I wish him luck. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the day when Steam comes to Xbox. I'm hoping that's what's next. Because Steam is the Steam store is the test bed for games that we'll either never see or shit that's being developed by one guy. It was one guy or 2 or 3 guys that was working on this boxing game called Undisputed. And it took years for that to come to console. And it finally came. There's one guy working on this sword fighting game called Hellish Court. and it's taking forever to come to console because
Yeah.
of one guy. Yeah, Hellish Court, man. I fucking want that, man.
We got
Right?
really cool animations.
Yeah. So like, I want the Steam store to come to Xbox. So everybody, consoles should have their own exclusives. So you can, man, look, we're not gonna get into that conversation. You guys are living in the past. Like we are going to see a day where you could play everything across multiple
Exactly.
devices, and it's better for everybody.
Yes.
It's better for everybody.
I agree
So-
with you 100%.
So I welcome the Steam machine, but yeah, it seems interesting for that crowd who, you know, you got those Steam diehards who they're going to buy it, lap it up. I don't think it's the Steam hybrid is a threat in any way to what Xbox is doing, because like I said, Tucker's going to buy 20 of them. So like, you know, Tucker's going to keep Xbox afloat long after we're dead. So like, man, it's all good. But hey, man, I wish them luck, man. I like Gabe Newell, man. Please bring Steam store to Xbox. I hope that's Sarah Bond. I hope that's what you got in mind. Please, let's make it happen.
E-Rock, at this point, I would be stunned if Steam isn't playable on the next Xbox.
Agreed.
That's how confident I am in that happening.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, yo, that's gonna be the game changer of game changers that we've all been looking for. You know what I'm saying? Talk about bringing all your games together. That's gonna be the killer app that's going to just.
I mean, it's already on. It's already on the Xbox Rogue Ally, right? You can run Steam on that, right?
Yeah,
dude.
You can play PlayStation games on it.
This Sega, man. This is the next inevitable step.
Yep.
The Steam store on Xbox. Let's go. Shit.
Yeah.
Make that fucking money.
Yep. I think that's 100% going to happen. I'll be stunned if it doesn't. And before I move on to Daya, let me say this just to piggyback off what E-Rock said. This is the situation where I'm I like different options. I like that consumers have different options. I like that PC guys. There's probably going to be some PC people who pick this up because getting because y'all do know the most expensive graphic card is like $2,000, right?
Jesus.
Yeah. So
I know it's painful.
Yeah. So this
2,500.
Yeah, exactly, Zink. So if this thing is hell, even if this is like the same price as the PS5 Pro, it's probably more powerful than the Pro. It'll be the similar price, right? And two, PC players wouldn't mind spending that to play games for 4K or whatever it'll be. You know what I'm saying? And three, having an affordable option. Well, let me say affordable in the sense of comparatively speaking, right? Like comparing to the highest end graphics card and CPU that you could buy out there. This could be a home run for a lot of people. Guys, let's not forget, most PC gamers are still gaming in 1080p.
Yeah.
At least as a few years ago. I don't know if the numbers changed. I don't know how far it
might have changed a little bit now.
Yeah. But last time I saw something like, I think 7% were playing in 4K. All right. Most are paying like 1080p. At most 1440p seems to be the sweet spot for a lot of PC gamers. Right. And guys are not, and these are just the numbers. I'm not making this shit up because I have no reason to, right? So if this thing comes out, it says that it's targeting 4K. That's gonna look good to a lot of people who are gonna finally play their games in 4K. Now,
Mr. Kima's starting his stuff.
Yeah, he says SteamOS does not play multiplayer games natively, so that might be a bit of a roadblock, I guess. Ren said this is the equivalent of a 7600, which is the oh man, what's that company?
AMD.
Thank you, AMD. AMD, and the 4060 is the NVIDIA graphics card.
Right. All right.
Thank you, Daya. Zink in the building. How you doing, sir? So Mr. Kima just asked Zink. You got to answer the questions, man.
Excellent, man. Just excellent. Happy to be here.
Yeah. And Ren said the problem with that Unlimited is that casuals are playing multiplayer games.
That's true.
SteamOS doesn't work with many multiplayer games. Okay, this is why, and that's why I'm going to pass the mic over to Daya in a minute, Ren. And this is why I love to chat, because I didn't know that.
Hey, I represent the chat. I had no idea. This is why I like to represent people like this. I had no clue.
Yeah. Again, all of us but D mostly play on Xbox. So like SteamOS not working with multiplayer game. Okay, that's a weird handicap. So
It
Dan,
is.
I'm gonna pass the mic to you because I need further context here. So
Okay.
the Steam
I can't
Machine,
wait for this.
yeah, the Steam Machine, the Steam Controller, the Steam Frame VR, all announced today.
Mhm.
Focusing mostly on the Steam Machine because they're saying it's a PC console hybrid. It's going to run Steam OS. And
Right.
here I'm finding out from the chat, Mr. Kima and Ren are saying Steam OS doesn't even work with multiplayer games. So I must ask, do you think that this is going to affect the next generation gaming anyway? Is this its own thing? And please further explain why Steam OS don't work on multiplayer. That's weird, super weird to me.
Okay, I got a lot to cover, so please.
Yeah.
forgive me.
You got
Okay.
the mic.
Okay. As Steam OS, I tried Big Picture, and he's absolutely right. Ran is right. It had limitations. I don't know if these are limitations that they've worked out. I do know that they've upgraded their operating system, the source engine, all of that. They've been working on all this because I believe this was the next step that they were going to do. Okay. As for them getting into market, they tried it before. I think you guys heard of the first.
Yes, I remember.
And there was some failures there, but I think Gabe learned from it. He doesn't mind spending money, putting a product out there and learning from it. He doesn't mind doing that. And I don't think this is necessarily meant to compete against Xbox in the same sense that we would think of it in the old school way. I think that he wants in on that market too, because I think Microsoft and Valve are on the same page. They believe that you need to be everywhere. They believe that a game has to be everywhere in order to succeed. Like the people who had a hissy fit over Halo. Now, I'm sorry to vent off there, but you have to understand their thought process to understand why Steam is doing what he's doing. Because when Tuck said, I don't understand why they're doing this, from the numbers on the PC, that would make sense. But the way that Microsoft and Valve are thinking, I'm saying these two because PlayStation didn't understand this and Nintendo is still lagging behind, okay? But
I agree with what you're about to say.
You know, don't you? The way they're thinking is they want to be everywhere. They want to grab every single dollar they can. And that means that they have to exist on their competitors' platforms or in the spaces that they dominate.
That's right.
Xbox is not afraid to put their games on Steam. So what? They share some profit with it. It makes the industry healthy, but they get to get their games seen before the younger generation. Because let's face it, they have to move on from us. Okay, they have to. They're going to take care of us until we retire. We're like little old men and women sitting in a rocking chair while they're still feeding us applesauce while they're getting ready for the younger kids to come in so they can start, training them for what they want, right? So they have to look ahead, okay? This is why I didn't understand why people was having a heart attack over Halo. If they was willing to put Forza Horizon on everything, when that game didn't need to be on everything, that game made incredible money.
Yeah.
Okay. It was well known by a lot of people. I'm not saying people don't know about Halo, but I can guarantee you a lot of the younger people, they heard of it, but they don't care about it at all. They don't have the nostalgia. They didn't grow up playing it. They don't know nothing about it. And most people after the 360, unfortunately, walked away from Xbox. So because Halo stayed trapped on the console, it didn't get a chance to breathe outside of other places.
That's right.
I understand why, at that time, because that's
Hold on, time out. Sorry, Dave, time out. You spitting too much. I just had to pause there because
I'm sorry.
that
I
was very well said.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. I just had to give you your props there. That was such a good context to the evolution. I just had to. That was brilliant. But continue.
Okay.
Well, let's not let Dia continue just yet, because even on Dia's own platform that she banished Sega Man and Tool Man and myself from because she loves the PC and their friends so much, she hates us now. But Dia must have forgot that it's 10 million people playing Halo on the PC. On the Master Chief Collection.
I'm one of those people. Okay?
All right.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. And I always go back to the Master Chief Collection because I have so much fun. Me and my friend always do. We'll stop for a while and then we'll come back to that game.
That friend is not Tool Man, Sega Man, or myself. Go ahead.
I play other games too, so I have I'm stretched thin, But But yeah, what I'm trying to say is I want people to understand the way that they're thinking. Okay, they're past us. The industry has changed. So
Mhm.
let's look at what Steam is doing. I don't want to drift too much on what Xbox is doing, but what Steam is doing is they understand they can't be locked to one thing either.
Yeah.
Okay, they need to be able to stretch and get. And I know people sometimes look down on consoles as if they're going to just disappear. That's not true. You got a bunch of people who own Nintendo handhelds. You know what I'm saying? It's there are people there to be had, and they want those people, just like Xbox wants those people. And a good smart businessman want their product before as many people as they possibly can. So they're doing the same thing Xbox is doing. Xbox is going to places they, like PlayStation, Nintendo, and all that stuff. They've been on PC for ages. Even before they had a console, they was on PC. But they're stretching out to areas and now gaining new people. People are for the this. Oh, by the way, I will say this. For the people who are complaining because Xbox is re-releasing Gears and making a remake of Halo, they have to reintroduce people to these franchises.
Yeah.
They did
And,
not. I'm sorry.
no, sorry to cut you off there. And when they listen, when they do a remaster or remake, it's not as egregious as when Sony or Nintendo do it. Because
Exactly.
Sony
Mhm.
remaster and re-release The Last of Us literally every single generation. That's absurd.
Mhm.
Halo 1 is a 25-year-old game. And the truth of the matter is, a kid right now, or a lot hell, not even a kid, a lot of people, if they just release just the standard remaster of the old one, it's not gonna be nostalgic. People will be bitching, why does this game look so
Exactly.
old?
Exactly.
Right? And you know what I'm saying? The same with Gears. Gears is like a 20-year-old game.
Exactly.
All right. And
Exactly.
so when it got, and by the way, it was free for those
I
of us
love
who
Gears.
owned it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right. So just had to add that context there. Continue.
Excellent
And
point.
one more thing, and
Good
Halo
point.
was slow, and they added sprint to it, which made it a little
That's
faster.
Yeah.
true too.
And
That's
people complained about that. And then,
Yo,
what's
Rock.
that?
I mean, Zink, the complaining they used to do about sprinting in
Oh my
Halo,
goodness
man, that shit
gracious!
that would kill me.
Hey, man, and then they complained about the bubble shield, and I'm like, dude, that was the greatest invention.
it.
I used to get kicked out of the of a starting five because I come in there as Emil in Gears when Gears first came out, Gears 5, and they wouldn't let me play when it came to Master. So I said, man, just let me play. I can play. I mastered Emil enough, and one time everybody was down. I dove right by everybody. Sega man know what I'm talking about. I hit that bubble shield and revived all four people that were down together. And the bullets kept raining down on this bubble shield, and we were not affected. We, made it out and saved the match. But from that, people were like, damn, this motherfucker can play, So
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
it they added things to it. And with this Halo game, they're adding 3 new stages to the game.
Yep.
So that means new lore to the universe that we heard about but never played as.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, dear. Go ahead.
And Zinc, sorry, Day again. And Zinc, I don't think it's having multiplayer, so PlayStation fans don't gotta get wrecked by us.
No multiplayer. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's going to look and play the best on Xbox.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
right.
All right, Day, let's continue.
So I'm trying to create a full picture for everybody to see what things are going, because I like to do that. So you guys got it, you nailed it, and this is why all of these things are happening, because
Mhm.
they're bringing in new gamers. Newer gamers don't feel, if they don't feel nostalgia for something, they don't want to go back to no old game. I'm just telling you guys now. They don't want to deal with tank controls or whatever else they're dealing with. They don't want to do that. This is why smart companies like Capcom and like Microsoft and others redo their games. That's why under Microsoft you got Bethesda doing that. They're gonna do that with Halo. I mean, sorry, not Halo. With what's that, Fallout? I think
Mhm.
Fallout is getting a remake and stuff like that. They're going to do that with a lot of their franchises, the big ones, right? And that reintroduces these franchises to people, to the younger people, and that keeps them having a steady flow of people who are interested in the franchise. But with that being said, Steam has not done a good job in certain areas. I will say
Mhm.
that, as much as I love Gabe and everything, he's not perfect. And I think certain things that Xbox has learned or is learning, he can learn from them. He needs to do better need to do better with their franchises. They have let their games sit at number 2 like forever. I mean, they don't want to do a number 3. I mean, I don't understand that, but they need to they can't just bring their games to other places. They need to keep those things alive, and I would say Valve need to do that if they want people to ever be interested in their games, and they need to provide certain things that's a little bit unique to their platform. Xbox already has that nailed down. They have an excellent cloud system. So does Valve, but they have everything they have is multiplayer. They don't have any limitations, because I can tell you when I tried to do the big picture thing, there was a lot of limitations with that, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they have a solution to that, but they need to, and if they don't have it right now, they need to work on that. That's what they need to work on. Xbox is going to have features like, play anywhere to all their games. They're going to have, so no matter what device you're working on, you can use it. That's not necessarily true for Steam yet. I mean, maybe it will be, but right now it's not necessarily true. They also have quick resume. That's something I haven't seen anywhere else. Yeah. And I consider that a premium feature. So
it is.
That's gonna that's gonna remain with the Xbox. I think that's not going anywhere. Xbox like destroys people with the hit, the controllers. Yeah. They just literally they have one of the best controllers I've ever used, and so that's going to be another hurdle. I think that that Valve is going to have. Now maybe their controller is okay, but how is it going to fare against the Xbox controller? We will see, but that's another thing they're going to kind of go head to head on. And I think Xbox excels there. I think Xbox obviously is more comfortable in the console space. They have people who, and they just have everything working in a hum on that side of things. Whereas Valve is a bit stronger and have things better running on the PC side of things. But that's where I think they can learn from each other. I think that there are certain great features that, as far as how they have their page and all that stuff on Steam, that I think Xbox can learn from. Because I told you I was having some issues with, on the PC side, like when you're trying to access Game Pass and how they have everything, it's just it still needs works, but they've been working on it bit by bit, Well, so these are just things that I see right now that Steam can learn from Microsoft, but it's okay. It's not that they're going to compete head to head with Xbox. I just think they're coming into the same space, just like Xbox did when they bring their games over there to Steam. It's okay. They can exist together. And the one thing I'll leave you guys with is that, unlike PlayStation, which was just greedy and doing everything for the benefit of their company, not thinking about the health of the gaming industry, I believe that Valve does care about the gaming industry, which is why they're not like hoarding everything to themselves. They are freely sharing things and working with Microsoft when it comes to gaming. And I think that it will go. Now, I don't think Steam is going to have no Game Pass. I think Game Pass is the ultimate unique thing that they will have, and I don't think they're giving that to anybody. That is their exclusivity. Okay, but I think in every other way, I think that they will. I think they'd be okay with putting Game Pass up there so people could purchase it or something like that. I don't know, but we will have to see. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think because Xbox has PC Game Pass and stuff. But I think they're just coming into the space because they understand they need to exist everywhere. Which is why, what do you see here? You see, VR, you see handheld, and you see the console. They already exist on PC. They just want to be on everything.
They for Xbox to be such a third place company, how is every other gaming company following their suit?
True, very true.
That's a great question.
I'm trying to figure this out. I keep hearing that the Xbox is dead, they're third place, and nobody wants them yet. Steam is trying to get everywhere
because Xbox is third place in all the shit that doesn't matter. Yeah. Boxes sold, fucking perception,
excellent.
That's true.
The
mind share. They're first place in everything that counts is making money.
Right.
And Gabe Newell and all the smart companies. They're finally beginning to understand. And sooner or later, Herman Holster, whatever executive pinhead is in charge of Sony next week, he's being dragged kicking and screaming. He's being dragged kicking and screaming. I mean, I'm sure they didn't want that. I'm sure they didn't want to put Helldivers on Xbox. I'm sure they didn't want fucking Death Stranding and whatever the hell else is coming. Listen, this is inevitable. It's inevitable. Well, console exclusives, unlimited production, and data. Console exclusives sell boxes. Prove it. Give us some numbers. I haven't seen Mario Kart move any fucking units. All I ever see for the pictures y'all show me in the chat is Switch 2s in great abundance in Walmart and at Best Buys. Where how many copies of PlayStation 5 the Astrobot sell? It is what it is. We're living in uncharted territory. But these dudes, man, King Smash and all these dudes and Crap Gamer and Zinc, they are holding on to this shit like their very lives depend on this shit, dog. Like, no, you're wrong. He was in our chat last week, King Thrash. Oh, so console exclusives don't matter. Read the fucking numbers, dude.
But E-Rock, but you know what? With the Nintendo right now, like I always have said, they got a time limit. Kids do grow up. They grow up and play with their parents are playing.
Correct.
Change the nostalgia of their gaming they need to get a big boy system, which they're not gonna do. I don't know why.
No, it's not gonna happen.
No.
But the thing, Tuck,
it's not gonna happen.
Tuck, let me fill you in on this. Who's mostly playing on Nintendo isn't kids, believe it or not. It's adults.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna tell
it's the 40-year-olds that's
a
stuck
lot
on
of
No,
young
that's
kids,
not true.
A lot of no, they buy their kids that stuff. But I'm
Correct.
telling you
That
now,
part.
a lot of kids play. A lot of kids are not. They don't. I'm telling you, they don't care about no Mario. They don't care about. They like Pokemon a little bit, but what they're playing is stuff like Fortnite. That's what
You have a point.
And,
she has a point.
Fortnite, Call of Duty.
Right.
Roblox.
And games like
They don't have
Roblox,
Call of Duty.
Yep.
And Roblox.
They don't even have that.
It's
Yeah.
Roblox.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let Zinc.
Yeah, go ahead, Zinc. Go ahead.
No, E-Rock, it's not my turn yet, but E-Rock, go ahead. I was just going to piggyback on what Dia said. Go ahead, E-Rock.
Nintendo is in a very unique position. I don't know how long it's going to last. Who knows? It could last. It could last for another several decades. Who knows? Nintendo's audience is unbelievably these older dudes who are. I mean, there's dudes that are 50 and 60 with fucking little Mario hats on and Mario plushies in their room. And that's their shit. That is their shit. The majority of people are adults buying their children the console because kids love the console. Yeah. But what happens there is a lot of those kids, especially the little girls and little boys, they age out. They age out of Nintendo at about maybe 15, 16. The girls start discovering boys in makeup and jeans and clothes and their cell phone. And they're seriously. And the boys, they want to play what Tuck said. They want to play Call of Duty, right? So the only place you can play that is PlayStation and fucking PC or Xbox, right? But what happens is, as those kids age out, a whole new generation of them kids is wanting the Nintendo. So Nintendo is in this weird position where their audience continues to perpetuate decade after decade. I've never seen anything like this in my life. And so Nintendo feels that they don't have to build a more powerful machine. And Nintendo feels that they don't have to get technologically advanced like Xbox because that audience will always be there for them. Now, whether that logic holds true or not.
Their nostalgia games are the Roblox games. Their nostalgic games are the Fortnites. Those games don't have the longevity like they do with the older generation. They buying their kids. They look at that like a toy.
But here's the part.
They're not going to do that because the younger generation, you know where everything is going to shift to? It's not going to even be the hardware. It's going to be the cloud. You mark my words when I say it. When you're going to stream everything everywhere, and it's at the level of what you can play with a powerful machine. That's it. Hardware is dead, and that's where everything is going. That's the shift. And what is Nintendo going to do? Because they're not going to, they put their games everywhere, but at this point in time, the people who are right now young and playing games, I don't hear them talking about Mario and all this. They don't. They know what they are, like they know about Mickey Mouse, but it doesn't mean anything to them. That's true. They know who Mickey Mouse is, but they don't care. You know, like, okay, it's always been there.
Because we grow out of it. And Nintendo, the reason Nintendo does this, the Nintendo console is a babysitter. It's I'm going to buy this. Trust me, this is 100% authentic. Even the Nintendo president said their market demographic is 4 to 12 years old. Now, you say, where do these people come from? Yeah, every time 4 of them leave, 4 new children are being born waiting to get their first Nintendo. And it's a revolving door. It's never going to change. And all of it, trust me, it's never going to change.
It's unbelievable.
They're going to I even told my little sister to buy her daughter a Nintendo because she don't need an Xbox because it's no one for her to play with, especially that could explain something. Everything was too adult. So I said, hey, give her a Nintendo. And she just walked, like Dia said, they don't even play it. She just walks around with it. Yes, she has Mario. She has Mario Kart. Yeah. She has Zelda. Never plays it. But it's a revolving door. It's never going to change. They're going to get a new 4-year-old all the time.
Let's look at this real quick, Zink. Splatoon, the average age 27. Kirby, the average age 30. Mario, the average age 32. Pokemon, the average age 32. Zelda, the average age 35. Animal Crossing, the average age 35.
That's right. That's because they bought it for their kids, and they're trying to use this to say that we have this new. They're playing it. No chance.
But what I think a significant portion of them are playing it.
Here's what they are. They're the loud audience. That's what you hear. You hear the loud, powerful Nintendo loyalists is what you hear.
If you are 30 years old playing Kirby, you need my foot up your ass right now. Right this minute.
I knew that was coming.
I just want to say,
goodness gracious.
All right. Kids follow other kids. So wherever the majority of those kids are playing, that's what they will be. They don't want to be left out.
Dia, they find that out in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, like one of you said. Once you start getting older, it was E-Rock, of course, they start noticing boys. Well, hey, trust me, once they get up to 5th, 6th, 7th grade, 8th grade, now they're shifting to everything else. And the Nintendo lose that market demographic there. But the majority of what they're geared to, and the Sony president said that, and like you guys were talking earlier about Call of Duty, Call of Duty will sell if they shadow drop that thing tomorrow. But you get, like the Nintendo president also said, we get 61% of our total sales and profit from Q4 in the United States. Period. Yep, that fourth quarter is where they get the real fourth quarter, not fiscal Q4, but they get all of their sales from those 3 months: October, November, December.
Yep, that's why historically Xbox has always released their biggest games around this time of year. Yep. It was always that stretch from September to December because of the holiday sales. Daya, you got no. I'm sorry, Tuck. You're going to say something a minute ago. Yeah,
you there?
Tuck was going to say that Sony was copying off of Xbox handheld. Now that they put that app on that garbage ass little streaming device that doesn't play games natively, by the way, and nobody is talking about it.
Well, you know what, Zink and guys, it's really scary. Me and Limited was talking about this. In the Best Buys, those Switch 2s are not selling.
Really?
They're not moving. I've seen boxes and boxes of them. They're not. Nobody's buying that shit.
Go back after Thanksgiving. That whole shit gonna be cleared out.
Yeah. Gift. That's right. Gift giving season is coming.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So
you gotta get little Timmy and little Susie something, and they gonna have that, and they ain't gonna play nothing.
Well, Zink, you think they'll all be sold out for that price? $500?
Yep.
Yeah. Especially when the other two dickheads is selling their console for $750. You better fucking believe it. Shit. They must hit their head on a fucking rock. Oh well, we had to raise our prices because of the tariffs. Bullshit. You better recognize or lower the prices because Nintendo's gonna sell out like hotcakes.
Who are you talking about now?
Oh, Chuck, you missed the whole second.
Go ahead and run out. Do something.
What you say? Chuck, what was you doing? Watching Internet Jargon? Man, you come right out of a comic book.
What was that, Tuck?
What were you talking about?
Oh, we're just talking about this whole Steam situation, but because I'm about to move on to the Zinc next.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
let me add one more thing to what Out of Zeke is saying. Out of Zeke right now.
Wow.
You're full of it. Like I told everybody in this camp, there's only one thing that's gonna stop the Nintendo right now, and you call this the Ally. The Ally's about to take over the handheld space. Dude, it's already sold out. This thing's $1,000 to $599, and it's sold out everywhere. Every time when I turn and look, it's sold out. And we talk about, it's not going to sell. It's sold out all over the place. So Nintendo will be in trouble next couple years.
I love you, but you must have been absent since 1989. That motherfucking Nintendo, that damn Nintendo finds a way to sell out every holiday since George Bush was in office. George Bush Sr.
Yeah.
Rock, there's a new sheriff in town, and it is called the Xbox Ally.
I'm hearing everything. There's a new sheriff in town, but it's like $400 more expensive.
You know,
we found this out with the PS4. People will buy on price. This is a song as old as rhyme. Only a few people had the money to buy 2 or 3 Xbox Rogue Allies. You nigga. Everybody else that got that, and so they're going to go into Best Buy and see that Switch 2 for $400. And be like, hey, little Jimmy will love this shit.
Hey, E-Rod,
Tuck is correct.
Yeah, there has been anomalies to that. For example, the GameCube. The GameCube, I kid you not, at one point was selling for like $50 at the end of its life, and it sold less than the OG Xbox. And that was a new console at the time.
Yep.
So
there's
same thing with the Wii U. The Wii U.
Thank you.
The Wii U is the worst selling major console
all time.
So bad that Nintendo was saying if the Switch was a success, we wouldn't even be here right now.
No,
so those are just 2 examples. Hell, I think even the PlayStation 1 outsold the N64 pretty significantly.
And so I'm gonna tell you right now, hey, Sega man can vouch for this on me. Sega man can vouch this for sure. Say, man, whenever you turn around and had it, when you worked at GameStop, okay?
Yeah.
When the Wii reaches plateau, people wasn't buying the Wii U no more. Because you know why? Because it didn't have 30-port support.
Well, it had a lot of shovelware on it. When it started getting all that shovelware on it, nobody was buying it.
Right.
Yep. And the fad wore off.
Yeah. Actually, I'm glad you. Oh, go ahead, Tuck.
It could be the same thing for this Wii. Because they come out with the same doggone thing. There's so many games that they don't even have on their system. I mean, they don't even got Call of Duty on their system, and Call of Duty supposed to be on their system.
They had to seem to stop them. I mean, I'm just being a realist. They already showed. I think I saw somewhere they already showed the new Zelda that's coming out now.
Yeah,
it is what it is, guys. I'm as baffled as the next guy. Why people keep buying the same bullshit over and over again? But apparently they do.
I'm not. Listen, I've seen it. Too many Nintendo fans, how they act, how they react to understand why they keep buying it, because they truly love this shit, man.
It's a cult.
Yeah, they
But, I mean, they truly love it. I mean, that's like when people buy Call of Duty.
You just put. Listen, I saw people buy this latest Pokemon game, and that shit is 3 generations behind from everything we're playing.
Pokemon.
Now. Yeah.
Fucking Pokemon.
Terrible, bro.
So I'm not surprised. It's just
But
that
then
me
it's
personally,
like,
I've never been as optimistic about Nintendo's future.
a lot of kids is not playing them games.
Nope, but their parents
Yeah.
get them for them though because
Yeah.
it's safe.
And you know what? And by the way, this is what I wanted to say a minute ago. The Wii might be the earliest predecessor to what we're seeing now. How despite the Wii selling like 116 units, it wasn't real. It didn't really be the same success that 360 was in that same time because nobody was buying games for that console. Right? That's probably the earliest example of the console sales not being the big deal. And now 20 years later, we're really seeing that now, where Sony brags that they shipped, and this ship, guys, not sold 84 million units, and yet their latest game only sold 3.3 million copies.
Yep, and I don't believe that either.
Yeah, of course not. Because listen, it's the shit that they sent to stores, not the shit that was purchased.
Now they came out with a report they sold 84.5 million consoles.
And yet Tuck not even 10% buys their first party game.
Yeah, I know.
And that's exactly what E-Rock was saying 30 minutes ago about the exclusives. But Zinc, we gotta move on. I'm not trying to do a 4-hour show again. So Zinc, man, what are your thoughts on this Steam machine?
A couple quick things, and Dia, jump in if you remember anything you were going to say. The pros and cons are, they're inevitable. The one main barrier is they don't have any games, so they won't be able to maximize profits through software, where everything is going now. Software is the main driver. Hardware is just the hub. It's a husk, but they do have Half-Life. If they made a Half-Life game, it would break the internet, and all the old people that are still alive, Unlimited wasn't born when this game was out.
Like
but when all of us getting Half-Life.
Half-Life is
very good game. And then of course that controller is trash with the thumbstick side by side. The power is said to, from briefly how I saw it, it's only going to be 1080p upscale to 480p, upscale to 4K rather, and only the older games will be able to play 4K well. So that's not good. And of course, the profit margins of consoles are not it. That's not where you make your money. And like I said, the only pro is right now is, like, everybody likes Gabe. Gabe is an incredibly intelligent dude, and most of us do like Gabe. So a lot of people are going to buy his product just because of him. But as far as the mainstream getting, I don't, maybe not. It'll be Dia, her friends, and some of us will wind up getting it. And
I'm gonna have an Xbox that can play Steam on it. That's what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have
same. Yes, me too. Especially with this new one coming out, I'll start saving early, and I'll tell you guys about that later. But there will be a little bit of oversaturation here, because sometimes you can't introduce a lot of consoles to the market. That happened earlier with the Atari ColecoVision, Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, Sega Master System, ColecoVision, Nintendo, and television. All of these things can't come out at the same time, but I think there will be a specific market for that product there. And that's really about it. Everybody hit on everything else. And remember, Gabe said that the PlayStation was garbage, and that shocked a lot of people.
Yeah,
He's like, hey, so I'll leave it up to y'all to go on ahead after that.
Excellent stuff there, Zinc. My 2 cents real quick. What y'all said is exactly why I don't think that this has any effect whatsoever in the console space. It's not going to be treated as such. Listen, the only thing you're going to see is the usual clickbait. Microsoft is scared of the Steam machine. The Xbox is dead. That's it. That's the only console integration you're going to see. Other than that, this is just another neat substitute device, if you will, for a group of gamers, the PC gamers who already have their hardware, i.e. their PCs, and at most it's going to be something cool for them. Right? So this is one of them things. It's like when Samsung releases their cheaper Samsung phones, right? So that the average person could have Samsung, basically. if you don't got money for $1,000 phones, which a lot of people don't, you could get the A series, which is like $300-$400, for example. And I think that this is the similar vein. It's just more ways, like E-Rock said, to get your Daya and E-Rock, I believe both said, to get their games everywhere, because that's where we're at. Listen, guys, E-Rock said this 5 years ago. We're in a paradigm shift, okay? And and it's really unfortunate that so many people, y'all, are struggling so hard to get against just accepting that.
Struggling, they fighting it. Like,
yes.
you're wrong. You're wrong. Console, you gotta have console exclusive to sell consoles. No.
Yeah, exactly, E-Rock. And yet, no matter how much proof we show out there that no, listen, when Sony says that they shipped 84 million and it only and their biggest game of the year. By the way, I think it's the only first party game they released this year. In October, only sold 3.3. By the way, guys, y'all do know game sells the most when it first released, right? Within that first month. So it's not going to get better than that, right? It's not going to get better than that, right? So when Sony says that and the biggest game of the year once again on their platform going to be Call of Duty, going to be Indiana Jones, it's going to be whatever else.
Forza Horizon 6.
Yeah, thank you. Forza Horizon 5 I think was the one that was released this year. Because 6 is coming next year.
Yeah, right? 6 is coming. It's not.
Yeah. All that's going to tell me is that Microsoft was right to adjust. Listen, guys, these businesses, all right. And by the way, and here's the kicker: I think that this change has been a benefit to us. Hey, Hebot, I saw that you joined. I'm gonna let you in a bit, man. It's just that I can only do 6 people at most, so I'll rotate you guys in a second. But yeah, man.
Hey, let me say one more thing about that, and I meant to bring this up too, especially about Hebot and myself. I would love to totally eradicate the entire Sony fan base. So in that vein, I wish Halo wasn't going over there. I can't stand Sony. I can't stand their fan base. I wish they were all gone. The media, them too, I wish they were all gone. But I knew this would happen sooner or later, but I never said anything because if you look at it, Windows is on all computers, even Apple. So I knew it was a possibility. I just hate Sony that much. And I knew it was coming, but you have to, like I said this to somebody before on another show, Ford and Henry Ford sold his Model T. He made it affordable and sold it to the masses. Well, it was still room to grow. So he took it overseas because you reach a ceiling at some point in business. So how can I expand my product? So they took it overseas and sold Ford was everywhere. Right. So now it's the same thing. Microsoft is maximum. And if you look at Microsoft's entire portfolio, I said this before, they're going everywhere and they're making everyone a participant to stay out of the shot, out of the bullets from gunfire from the European Commission, the United States and everyone else. Microsoft owns everything. No, they're giving everyone a piece of the pie. Unlimited. Right. I don't know how much you watch it, but dear yourself, NVIDIA is trying to spread the wealth to everyone. Yep. Intel is slower right now, but Taiwan Semiconductor is the best place for NVIDIA to make their product, but they're trying to include Intel to make them a participant in everything that's going on. So that's where the whole landscape of business is going. And Microsoft is just, they own everything. But like somebody said, I think it was on your show with E-Rock and Sega Man and you guys a little while ago. It was somebody said it was a takeover, a hostile takeover is what it is a hostile takeover. Microsoft is on everything, just like the DEI Queen Sarah Bond that don't know shit that they just gave a job to. She said she was going to integrate everything, and that genius did. I bet people don't think she's stupid now. If you went back to what she originally said, that woman is brilliant. It's like John Glenn. His ass would still be, he would be on his way to Mars if it weren't for Katherine Johnson and her fucking math, you know. But people just don't want to give this woman her credit for her intelligence. They hate it.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there, Zinc. Absolutely. Um, oh yeah. All right. Tuck. You busy? It seems like you busy, so I'm going to rotate Hebot in.
Now here I am. Here I am. Here I am.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna rotate Hebot in for you because I can only have 6 people at once. Because I'm not paying $45 a month for this.
Oh,
For
I
this.
understand. I understand.
All right. Yeah. So hopefully, if I remove you, don't remove you all together. Okay. Good. It don't. All right. Hebot, you there? All right, I'll let Hebot realize he's on the show in a second. But yeah,
Yo,
man.
can you
All
hear
right,
me?
hey, yeah, Hebot, yeah. Hey, listen, we're not doing a 5 hour podcast today, so try to keep this succinct on the new Steam Machine announcement, so I could move on to the next topic. So yeah, so I don't know
Steam,
if you saw this, but oh yeah, so I was catching you up real quick. So today, Valve announced the new Steam Machine, Steam Controller, and Steam Frame VR. I was focusing mostly on the Steam Machine because they're kind of saying it's a I don't know PC hybrid. It's going to have Steam OS and all this stuff. So I was asking the panel if they think that this will have any type of if it'll have any type of competition with the next Xbox or anything. Let me get your thoughts.
I mean, not really, because it's only access. There's people with Steam accounts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think the idea behind it for them is probably like, well, we have 500 quadrillion billion people on Steam, even though, everybody on a phone gets a Steam account and things like that, just so they can access little games and play them wherever they want. So I don't think it's necessarily a direct competition with Xbox, even though Phil always have something to say every time playing Kumbaya. But Phil thinks he's the grandfather of everybody on Xbox or in the gaming community. I fucking hate that because nobody likes you, Phil. They don't care what you do. Nobody cares how nice you are. They don't like you. Stop trying to be Kumbaya. Fuck these faggots. Fuck all these haters. They're stupid to begin with. So anyway, other than that,
I have to. Unlimited is gonna fucking kill me. Why do you keep saying Phil is trying to be kumbaya? It's not him.
Because he is.
It's not him.
That's all he's been trying to do since day one. Since they realized that nobody wants to hate on Xbox, and all they're trying to do is be nice so that people could like them, and nobody's gonna like them.
No.
Like,
No.
anyway,
In the words of Samwise Gamgee, no, Mr. Frodo, no. What they realized is they got tired of running a race from behind, a race of perception, a race that they were never going to win, and they said, "Okay, since you don't want to buy an Xbox, you're going to buy a fucking game." They're not doing the only favor. They're saying, Zinc, give us your fucking money. We don't give a fuck if you ever buy an Xbox. Give us your fucking money.
Phil talks is when he's trying to be kumbaya. That's my point. That's it.
Hey, let me say this real quick. That's the only time.
Hebot,
do you know Sony is going to be out of business soon?
I hope so. I don't want them around. I hope they die. They're the worst thing that ever happened to gaming.
I agree. But you wrong here. It's not that Phil is kumbaya. Phil is Henry Ford.
This is a hostile takeover, goddammit.
They don't understand this, that he is Henry Ford. He is putting his business everywhere. And what do you see? What you see is that those games that he released on the PlayStation are at the top of their PlayStation charts. Here's what else he did.
Come on, Zink.
Not only did he do that, but what he did is what E-Rock likes to always say that I said, and Unlimited knows this because he have his fake made up ass EBITDA accounting numbers that he likes to use. But what Sony did, they put a game like Forza Horizon on the PlayStation. Now, all of those microtransactions are going to Microsoft at a 70% profit. All of them. So they're making money over and over and over again. Even letting PlayStation have a Call of Duty console, we're getting 70%. You're getting Hey, they're getting paid. They are really getting paid. And here's the cost benefit analysis of this, Hebot. Here's what happens. Every game, we won't fall into a situation where Sega Man's favorite game, Killzone, is going to be obsolete. Because all of our games will continue to be funded by stupid people like, hold on, let me finish, like Destin Legary, his hating ass. All of our games are going to be funded while they're still waiting on funding so they could get baby steps too. All right. We're going to continue to get our games indirectly funded through Destin, Ryan McCaffrey, stupid ass, and everybody else. And see, this is what they can't stop. It's the gaming media, and what we do here as a collective are only comprised by about 4 or 5% of the whole market. So none of these people outside of this hears what they're saying. So they're going to buy Forza Horizon 5. They're going to buy Forza Horizon 6. Once they get a taste of Halo, I hear people now promote, they're going to do this with Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 5. Hey, bitch, we have a console for you. It's called the Xbox Series. If you want to play the rest of them because you want to play the next Halo, or a Halo that you missed that you finally found out, hey, this is a great game. Now they'll play it on the Xbox or Samsung TV, but what they're going to do is sell that software package.
That's the thing, the software.
And that's what Dia keep talking about, and it's correct. The only thing you wrong about though, Dia, is the best way to play will always be from your powerful PC or console.
Right.
It's more powerful when you have that game coming straight from your console versus the little bit of latency you would get coming from the cloud. But it's still effective. It just won't be as powerful as coming from a console or directly from a PC.
Oh, I meant the cloud once they perfect it. You know.
Yeah, and it's pretty much it's in our TVs. LG
guys, we got to get back on track.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Hebot was speaking, and again,
yeah. Sorry, Hebot. We apologize.
Yeah. I cannot emphasize how much I am not trying to do this 5-hour thing.
I know. I don't want you to.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah. All right, Hebot, continue, my friend.
Well, like I was trying to say, all that is obviously the known. We know this. Everybody that is an Xbox fan, that is a true Xbox fan, know this. But the other dummies don't. And my point is that no matter how nice he is, we're still not going to get the games that's supposed to be and should be on Xbox because they only care about their side.
Good.
Him being nice is not going to change that. You understand what I'm saying? Him being nice is not going to change that. And that's my point.
You think keep losing money like Square Enix kept losing money?
Hold on. You talk and you say what you have to say. I'm going to say what I have to say. I don't care if they're making money. I don't give a fuck if Sony loses money. I don't care. I'm talking about the fact that I shouldn't have to buy another console to play one stupid game because they don't care about Xbox. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care about nobody else, and I don't want to spend more money and get a console to get, let's say, for example, something like Wolverine. I don't want to do that. I want that shit to be where it belongs, everywhere, because they don't belong to Sony. Sony's not going to be the big fat fucking dick. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. Xbox sucks Sony dick. Sony sucks Sony dick because they own the Marvel rights to the movies. That's why, to the Spider-Man movie. That's the point I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anything else. We know that we're winning. We know we're going to win no matter what, as far as Xbox fans, because they're doing the right thing. They're taking, like you said many times, it is a hostile takeover. No argument there.
It is.
Absolutely. What I'm talking about is, I don't want to fucking buy a stupid-ass PlayStation console more or a stupid-ass Nintendo console for that matter. But I can play a couple games that belong everywhere.
You will
you know what I'm trying to say there, right? But these dummies keep doing it. All these dumb, nationalistic, fucking stupid Japanese developers keep doing that shit. They keep putting this shit there, like it sells only there, or they'll put like physical, digital, and on Xbox they won't even put it even digitally. Like, bro, this shit gotta stop. You know how many games that we got that we haven't gotten, like the Takeover, like Mother Russia with Love, the upcoming Russian Beat Brawl games that I like, beat 'em ups, new ones, like more modern day, that I can't play because the dummies won't put it on Xbox. I'm tired of that. And that's what I'm saying when I say to Phil, don't be nice to those people because they don't care about you. Be the behemoth you are, like you said, or like people say, take the hostile takeover, but stop trying to act like they're gonna like it, because they're not. They don't like Xbox because they know Xbox is no joke. Xbox don't want to play games with them. They know Xbox gonna try to be nice and then take over anything, everything. They just hate Xbox because they got money. They can't shut them down like Sega. They're not Sega. They're never gonna shut them down. Never. We all know this. That's the obvious. We know this. But I'm tired of having to buy a stupid other console because just so I can play a dumbass game. I don't want to do that. Put it on Xbox. If Xbox could share with everybody and do the right thing for the gamers, because that's what they're prioritizing, is the gamers, and do it for Xbox. Put it everywhere, especially if they're not owned by Nintendo or Sony. That bull crap needs to stop. Like, that shit is garbage. Like, hell no, fuck that.
But what if you can't? What if you can't make them change their ways? What if you can't make them change, right? And what if because of their stubbornness, like Square Enix, Square Enix put their games on Xbox now for a reason. They were losing money and going out of business by being national.
That is a fact.
Let them keep Wolverine. Let them jump, skip, flip, celebrate boxes sold. Keep their shit over there.
That's smart. By the way,
when they go out of business, it will be nobody's. I hear your pain, dude. You want to play Wolverine? Yeah, I don't, but you do, and I respect the fuck out of that. But like, let the motherfuckers. Let it hit them where it hurts, in the fucking pocket, right?
Yeah.
And sooner or later, all of them motherfuckers, Dustin Legary and all of them dumb folks, oh, Wolverine, oh, y'all should have a superhero game, blah, 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 blah. When them companies got it, and Insomniac or whoever the fuck is making Wolverine is bitching because they didn't get their quota next year, this is what I was trying to explain this second forever. Let them fucking suffer. Like Captain Kirk told Spock, but the Klingons are dying. Let them die.
Right.
They want. If that's what the fuck they want, then let them die. It ain't going
to die for their stupid actions.
It ain't going to affect them. And sooner or later, like Herman Holst is slowly realizing, I guess he's German or whatever, he's slowly realizing this fucking exclusivity shit is getting us fucking nowhere. But it's going to take them time,
It is.
And I was trying to explain this to your boy, but he wasn't trying to hear it. It's going to take them Japanese companies time to finally realize that their way of doing business is not making money. And I know y'all hate hearing this because gaming should not just be about making money, but that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it's always been. And you got to let these companies come to the light when they're ready to come to the light. Because if you don't, you will beat yourself up over this. You will drive yourself crazy, like our friend is doing, and you will be that anesthesiologist on fucking Instagram showing pictures of your fucking client.
E-Rock is crazy.
No, this really happened. This really happened. I know. This really happened, okay? So you got to, like, this console war is toxic, is not. What Phil Spencer and them did, as much as I hated it, you guys don't think I hate Sony as much as y'all do. But now I laugh because it's so much fun watching them go out of fucking business. It's so much fun watching them admit, oh my God, we made a mistake buying Bungie. This is so much fucking fun. Watching them slowly realize all the mistakes they made. And I finally realized that Microsoft and Xbox are a business now, and they're doing what's best for business. They're becoming a third-party publisher. How the hell did Sony let Xbox become the biggest publisher on a platform? How the fuck do you let that happen?
They had no choice.
Did you hear what you just said?
They had no choice. They don't got the kind of money that Xbox does.
But did you hear what E-Rock just said, though?
Which part?
They are the biggest publisher on Sony.
On their own platform.
And Satya Nadella said that in an earnings call.
Yes, he did.
Dude, I can't stand it, but it had to happen. It didn't have to happen, but it had to happen because Microsoft is Microsoft. And they're going to be the best at what they do, no matter who says what. The only thing they're not the best at is making GPUs. And that's NVIDIA and AMD.
I don't want to buy Xbox. I don't want to buy Xbox. I hate Xbox. I don't want to buy Xbox. Okay, then you'll buy our fucking games. I was against it at first.
Yes, you will.
But now I see the absolute ruthlessness of it, And I'm like, damn, Phil ain't got nothing to do with it. That's Amy Pond or whatever the fuck her name is. What's her name?
Amy Hood.
Amy Hood. That's the
Mhm.
motherfuckers over there. Because with all due respect, I don't think Phil had the balls for any of this shit. But apparently Sarah Bond and Amy Hood and them do. So I'm like, yo, however you knock them Japanese companies off, that's how you do it. And this is how they doing it. So let Dustin McGarry and all of them dudes and Dreamcast guy and King Thrash, let them talk they shit. So what? You're buying Xbox games, dickheads. You're putting money into our ecosystem.
Yeah,
What are you talking shit? It's the craziest shit, Zink.
Hey, let's give
Hey,
Satya and Nadella.
Wait. We'll give Satya his props later, but he about continue, please.
Wait. This is right on E-Rock. Let's give Satya and Nadella and Amy Hood a little bit of credit. Because just think of it this way. Where Phil came from an intern, he was underneath, what's our buddy, the guy that ran Xbox?
Don Metric.
No, the guy that ran 360. Peter.
Peter Moore.
Let's go with Peter Moore, and he was the head of the team when they had to replace all of those 360s. Ballmer gave these. It wound up being $10 billion. Now Phil Spencer is here, and you're still going. You buy Minecraft. Then it came time to buy Activision, and listen to what Satya Nadella and Amy did. When they bought Activision, when they were about to finish to button it up, what's the leader of Activision, the criminal?
Bobby Kotick.
Bobby Kotick's ass told Satya Nadella, you guys need to bring him on, so to speak. And this came out of Bobby's mouth, but none of the news media picked this interview up. Bobby Kotick told Satya, this isn't going to do well for you because you don't have anyone with real gaming experience over there, talking about Phil Spencer. He was like, and that's when you heard Phil say, Bobby Kotick is not, they're going to report to me. I'm Phil Spencer. They're going to report to me. Y'all remember that shit? Satya and Amy wasn't listening to Bobby Kotick. It was like, we got a guy, his name is Phil Spencer. That's why Phil have a seat at the table. When I said there's nobody above him, I meant that shit. When Phil Spencer told Ryan McCaffrey in his face, he said, hey, I have one boss, and that's Satya Nadella, and he bought. When I typed back to you, I said, Amy Hood, she's not a bitch. She doesn't not know what she's talking about. She's the second greatest CFO on this planet.
They're all highly intelligent over there.
Man, her work is, we don't have time to get into it, but what those two have done at Microsoft, Satya and Amy Hood, dude, it's stuff of legend. I can't wait to get on Unlimited when Unlimited bring up this Bungie thing and Sony.
Yeah.
And I want to go last again.
No, just to finish off, because it's already been long, Unlimited. No, I don't think they're doing it for it to compete. Obviously they're in the spectrum because it'll be a console, but I think it's just more so they can cater to people that maybe don't want to buy again an Xbox, so that they can use Steam through a console. Maybe they could just directly buy it through an actual Steam. But then again, it's also going to come down to how much features and what do you have, what is going to offer for your bang for your buck, so to speak, right? Like I was hearing Zink said earlier that it's only capable of doing 1080p at an upscale of 1440. You know, right there, I'm pretty sure the Xbox will have an advantage.
Yep.
Because it'll probably run at 4K.
Yep.
120, 240, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Plus, remember with the Xbox, you're not only going to have access to Steam, what it sounds like, you're going to have access, obviously, to your Xbox library, GOG, right? The GOG app and the Epic app and all the apps that they have available, PC, which is, I think that's the biggest takeaway with this when they say hybrid. Because most people are like, hybrid, does that mean it's going to be like a PC where you're going to have to update it and get a new graphics card instead of buying a new console? I say, no. I don't think that's the idea at all. I think just Hybrid meaning it's going to give you a lot more PC functionalities, obviously with the constraints of a closed inbox console for the simplicity of what a console delivers for the people that want to keep it simple, that don't want to get into the, you know what I'm saying, there, that don't want to get into the complicated specs, like learning how to, make sure that they have the right heat sink or the right memory RAM or DDR RAM that they need, or the right chassis so that your shit don't melt, right? You get what I'm trying to say? Things like that. They just want to keep it simplistic still for console-based people, but with all of the little features that you can do on a PC, like maybe pick your scales on games. Like you could pick the hertz if you want to have anti-aliasing. If you're gonna have ray tracing over shadows, go ahead, or global illumination. You know what I mean? Things like that. I think that's what they mean when they say hybrid. But I don't think they mean like, oh, you're gonna have to change your graphic card every 2 years. No. And that's what people are acting like. So that's my thought on. I don't think Steam is there to try to necessarily compete, quote unquote, directly with
I agree,
Xbox.
100%.
But they do have a lot of Steam members, over 500, 600 million people with Steam accounts. So that would make sense if they want to get that market for people that want to get their Steam box to play their Steam games. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's that thing is, and what I saw of it, it's like 6 square inches. So it's so it's aesthetically pleasing to the masses.
It's not a giant antenna.
No.
PS5.
Yeah, for what I understand, one of the Xbox ex-employees or one of the said that it looked like the mock-up that they did for the leak for the Xbox Series S that they did. Remember when they leaked it out? Yes, it looks like that, like the mock-up.
I'll put it in the chat. You'll be able to see it. You'll be able to. You scroll through that link and it's they're revealing it there.
You're right. All right, excellent stuff there. Excellent stuff. Hebot, I'm gonna rotate you out and bring Tuck back in.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, yeah, because we're going to the next topic.
Hey, love you, Hebot.
Of course. That don't. All right, but next up, we gotta get to the next topic because what also came out this week was that Sony officially said that Bungie hasn't brought in as much money as it thought it would when they bought the developer, as Destiny 2 falls off a cliff. By the way, they lost almost $300 million from this acquisition. Wow. Now, I got to remind everybody, because this is the same company that said, and Sony believes Bungie acquisition is more valuable than Activision's. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? So 2 years later, let's see. Yeah, that original article is from 2023. 2 years later, it turns out that no, the it's funny because we hear so much of Xbox mismanaged. Xbox is, you know what I'm saying? How they mismanage everything, and yet where did mismanagement here, Zink?
Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna start off with my brother Sega Man. You still there?
Here, brother.
Yeah. So Sega Man, what are your thoughts on this? Sony, is it so? Can we say now that Sony has killed Bungie? Basically, what are your thoughts?
Well, brother, to be honest with you, we wouldn't have this problem if they would have never left home. You know what I mean? They should have just stayed with Microsoft.
Wow.
With Xbox, bro. He would
have
Sega never.
Man hit hard.
Sega Man went there, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was.
They would have. I mean, honestly, guys, we bleed green, bro. We're Xbox. If they would have just stayed the fuck home, none of this would never happen. They could have been. There's no telling where Bungie could have been if they would have stayed with Microsoft right now. You know what I mean? It's just. I'm sorry, man. I can't. I don't feel sorry, man. I really don't. They should have just stayed where they belong. They should have stayed home, bro. But no, they chose to go over there to the dark side, and look what happened. Sony lost all this money. Sony has no use for them. They're not making anything coming out good. They copied other fucking people's shit, got in trouble for that. All this shit that they've been doing since they've been over there, man. I mean, they should have just stayed home, bro. There's nothing. They can't do. They lost all that money. What are they going to do now? What's going to happen to them now? Are they going to come crawling back? Are they going to come back? Are they going to come back to Microsoft or try to come back? Who knows? Yeah, they probably. Yeah, you guys are probably right. They probably can't come back, man. But hey, all I got to say to that, everybody on the panel, my family, Xbox family, man. They should have just never left, man. They should have stayed. You know what they say? Thugs are safest at home. They should have just stayed home, bro. You should just stay home. You should stay with Microsoft because I guarantee you, if they were still with us, this problem wouldn't be happening right now to them. You know what I mean? Sony lost money. They hate to lose money. They don't like to lose money. They don't like to lose money, man. That's not a good ring and that's not a good sound to them. They don't like losing money, man. So
Sega man, if they didn't like to lose money, they shouldn't have did the cell processor in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
I don't think they've recovered since.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. And you guys have really been on top and on point with everything. Zinc, Ebot, all you guys, a brother, Brother Unlimited and E-Rock and all you guys, Dea, he's been on top with everything when it comes to these topics, man. They don't understand. See, they don't understand. We can't lose. This is what they don't understand. Microsoft cannot lose, period. We're always going to be the winner, man, no matter what they say. So let them fall, and we'll see what happens. I don't want to see nobody lose their job Unlimited. If something was to happen, I don't want to see no developers, regardless of who they're with. I really don't want to see nobody lose their jobs. I really don't. But like I said, and I'm going to land my plan on this so everybody else can, because we don't have much time. All I got to say is, Bungie, you should have stayed your ass home. There wouldn't have been this problem. Right now, with you over there at Sony, you should have just stayed home with Microsoft, man. That's all I got to say on Unlimited. I land my plane, bro.
Yeah, absolutely excellent there. And I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Look, I just find it funny, Sega, man, how after this Activision, everybody, hell, I remember this one. Oh, Sony owns Halo now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It took 2 years for everything.
I quote the great former Xbox dude, Iron Wolf. Oh man, way to respond, Sony, to the Activision deal. Way to respond. and if you guys remember correctly, because it was on the Exile podcast, I was like, nigga, is you serious? Bungie?
Dead serious, man.
They were dead. Bungie?
Yeah, man.
Bungie?
Yeah.
Bungie? Fucking Destiny 2 was dead on arrival. Bungie? But listen, man, this is what we're dealing with, man. We're dealing with a gaming community that is just lacks any kind of intelligence. They don't have any information. We got a bunch of YouTubers and content creators that lack any intelligence, lack any information. You got guys in your comment section talking about, oh, Xbox lost money on Scalebound too. Totally unaware that Phil Spencer went over to Japan, confronted fucking that company, Platinum Games, and got his fucking $88 million back. Right? Totally unaware of any of that shit. And now Platinum Games is goddamn persona non grata. Look, man, it is what it is. Bungie wanted to be a third party fucking developer. Respect, I understand that. They thought the grass was going to be greener on the other side. I'm not going to knock that. Sega Man says, can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
Sega Man.
Yeah, you cook it.
Sega Man says that they should have never left. And my thing is, and I'm not trying to be angry or mad or facetious, but I do believe that Halo got better when Bungie left. I do believe that had Bungie had stayed with Microsoft, all of that baggage that they carry with them would have still been here, copying art assets, lying about shit. All of that bad baggage would have been here. There's a reason why companies leave, companies get dissolved, companies get split up. There was a reason why Lionhead Studios got split up and dissolved. All of this shit happens for a reason, and when you get older and get wisdom, you realize that. So, not to contradict my good friend Sega Man, but it was meant for Bungie to leave Xbox and Microsoft. It was meant for them to go out there into the wild and discover that they don't find games over on PlayStation like that. It was meant for them to discover this, much in the same way that the great studio that made Project Gotham Racing 4, they had to find out when they left Xbox and went over to Activision, and their game Blur didn't deliver. and Activision dissolved their asses. This is what happens in business. And once people get wisdom and understands this, you don't take shit so personally about these companies, these video games, these studios, these properties. Bungie is what Bungie does. They wanted to go out here and see what it was like, and they fucked around and found out. And I ain't mad at them. It is what it is. It is what it is. 343 Studios has gotten stronger without them. Has 343 Studios been through some changes? Yes. But I believe they are a better company now. I believe we're going to get an awesome product with Halo campaign evolved. Yeah, and it is what it is, man. It is what it is. This is business, and it's just so funny seeing this happen for Sony to admit, hey, man, this isn't what we thought it would be. Like it is what it is, man. You guys let your little fan base dance and sing and Iron Wolf and everybody. Oh man, great way to respond. Sony, fucking Dustin Legary. Wow, what a comeback! What a comeback for Sony. You get these YouTubers. Oh man, this is a biggest bias Activision. And I was this all happened during the Exile podcast, and I was like, are you motherfuckers high? Excuse my language, dear, but I gotta speak out. Speak. I said, are you motherfuckers high? You telling me that the $500 million or whatever the fuck it costs acquisition of Bungie is on the same level as the $80 billion acquisition of Activision? The motherfuckers that has Call of Duty, Crash Bandicoot, King, the damn mobile games, and Lord knows what else. And I'm just sitting and looking like, listen, it was at that point that I knew that the Sony fan base were so delusional about that brand that they needed anything to get a W, And I'm not mad at them. There's some people that hate them and want them to go away, and we want Sony PlayStation to die. And guys, can you be patient? Can you listen? I know it's taking forever. I know it's taking forever for Sony to go away, but they will sooner or later. Be patient. It's going to happen. When you cannot, guys. I follow a lot of businesses these last 10 years, and I've gotten a lot smarter as to how they do business. You cannot, as Zinc will tell you, keep losing 300 million, 400 million on Concord, 500 billion. You cannot keep losing money and there's no money coming in. That's not how business works. That is not how business works. You cannot keep losing money and there's no money coming in. Sooner or later, shit like this happens when Sony comes out and says, Bungie hasn't bought as much money as we thought it would. We bought them. Like, really? You bought them, and all they had was Destiny. They had nothing else in the cooker. So I mean, who's over there? Who's over there making the fucking decisions? I don't understand this logic where Microsoft is going to go out of business when they own every goddamn thing. And meanwhile, Sony's doing great, and they own fucking Bungie, and they got a fucking Wolverine game. Help me, Gia, help me make sense of this shit. I'm done.
I don't get it, man. I don't get. I'm just as puzzled as you are because I'm like, they think they winning with this stuff. Okay.
Seriously, like what? Like huh? Like I'm just trying to make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. Make it make sense. But this is not a surprise. This is not a surprise because we said this 5 years ago in Exile Pod. Bungie? You guys were celebrating about Bungie? Oh, way to go, Sony. What an acquisition. Bungie? God. This is just chickens coming home to roost. It took 5 years. It took 5 years for them to finally admit this. They were not making as much money as we thought. And we got this clown here. Phil Spencer said it 3 times. We have lost. What if they lost? What if they lost? Xbox has no games. Xbox has games on every platform, including yours. We have lost. What if they lost? The boxes counted fucking war. If they won anything, they won the making money war. And I know you hate it. You hate it so much that you are in a fucking Xbox podcast. Why are you here?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be playing Ghost of Yotai? Shouldn't
Thank
you be
you.
coming?
He didn't buy it like how 97%
Exactly.
of them didn't buy it.
Shouldn't you be coming the days and months till Wolverine comes out? While over here at Xbox,
Yep.
we have games week
taking baby
after week after week after week after week after week after week. Dude, go cry somewhere else, please. You guys are losers. You're delusional, and all we can do now is laugh. I don't see why Hebot and Sega forever let you guys get them so mad now, because the Philadelphia Eagles do not get stressed about the fans of the fucking Cincinnati Bengals. All we do now is just laugh. What are we, like 7-2? The
Yeah,
winners
man,
do.
y'all are great. Holy
The
crap.
winners do not care. As Unlimited Production has always said, the winners do not care about the losers.
Mhm.
I'm landing my plane on that.
Absolutely excellent stuff there, E-Rock. Sega man, I'm gonna rotate you out for Hebot for a little bit.
You can rotate me out. I'll take a break.
Okay, all right, cool. I'll rotate you out for Hebot. That's right. You got other stuff going on. All right, Tuck.
Yes.
Hey Tuck. All right, man. So you see it on screen. Sony says that Bungie hasn't brought in as much money as they thought it would. And by the way, let me correct myself, because they lost $200 million, I think, or 300. I forgot. I'm struggling to find the numbers right now. But it's something like $300 million they lost. And by the way, and by the way, there's a difference that nobody ever acknowledges. The huge difference between Microsoft and Sony, specifically for their gaming divisions. Microsoft has a bunch of games that has returns on investments, i.e., when you play Call of Duty and you're buying the latest maps, the latest the latest skins, or Halo, how millions bought cat hairs on that damn game, right? Or you know what I'm saying? Or when you're paying $100 for the premium edition of Forza, all that stuff is extra money that Sony games don't have, because Sony games, as Zink has said for years now, don't have any return on investment. Hell, recently, and guys, this is how bad it is for them right now. Recently, they said that 40% of their gaming revenue is from live service games. And you know what live service game they have? Fucking Helldivers and MLB. 40%.
Wow.
Yep.
Of two
Wow.
games.
Yep.
And look at all the live service games
Oh my
Xbox
goodness.
has.
And the only reason why that's doing any good right now because Halo got it. I mean, because
Xbox,
on
listen.
Xbox.
Thank you, Tuck. Thank you. And I'm gonna pass the mic to you in 1 second. Tuck. So, on Sony's latest call, they said that it was doing so great that it bumped up player bases and player counts and all the metrics that matter now, player counts and all that stuff. But
Hey, let me jump on you, Unlimited.
Right.
To go along with that, and Sony, the reason Helldivers did so good, it was like a Halo ODST collaboration.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
that's right.
And they got more people involved. And here's the kicker. Sony lost the rights to Helldivers. The next Helldivers, the new Helldivers is coming. They're not publishing that.
What?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Yep. Because it wasn't Sony's game. It was these other people's game. And the new Helldivers, when Helldivers come out again, Sony won't be the leader of it.
That's shocking.
Yes, but Tuck's friend Destin, I can't give him the Tuck. My friend Destin won't bring that up.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's that's shocking.
That's the thing. They don't want you to know that.
Wow.
Yeah, because it goes against everything that they've been trying to tell their fans. But
Exactly.
Tuck, you still there?
Well, hey, the thing about it is, if you really want to think about it, Helldivers was supposed to be on both systems anyway. Sony's the title.
It was. Mm-hmm. Yep, they bought it up, and then they ruined the PC version because they said, "Oh, we got something with the PC people." So they were trying to make Dia and her friends go through some Sony something.
Yeah,
I forgot what that
All they
was.
had to do was make an emulator for that, and it would have been okay.
Yeah.
Now Sony want to go through their little system where they can show where they got the numbers.
The problem is nobody over there trusts their system because they get hacked too much. So nobody trusts it. So
They get
That
hacked
part
a
right
lot,
there.
Dad. You're right, Dad. They get hacked a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just talking about the emulator that they could. I mean, they want the numbers back so doggone bad. Don't forget, over 70,000 people lost. I think it was over 178,000 people lost access to Helldivers when they cut them off the servers.
Yeah, they
To
did.
put on their PSN network.
Yeah, it was the
Everybody
region
had a
stuff,
PSN
yeah.
network. So I mean, people lost interest right there. And that's that. Hey, and what did that man say from Helldivers? He said, "Sony, you don't have to do that. All you got to do is just put an emulator on it, and that's it." But no, they didn't want to do that. They want all the numbers for themselves. So that's what happened on that deal. So, and I mean, now let me ask y'all this. Now, Sony don't own Bungie all the way. I know that they don't own them all the way. They still own Bungie money. So they're gonna have another thing on their hand too.
I think they rolled Bungie into Sony last year, Tuck.
Yeah, because
they own Bungie completely, but they don't but the agreement was, Tuck, that Bungie stays third party. They can own them, but they stay third party. And then by a certain amount of time, if they didn't make a certain amount of money, then Sony can fully own them to the point where if they want to make them only an exclusive developer, they can do that. That was the caveat in the contract.
Yeah, they had some performance clauses in the contract, and Sony was hoping they wouldn't hit them. But what Sony didn't realize is that they were going to leave. And a lot of those main developers left. That's why they lost their creativeness. And then I'll talk about it when I get to it, because you guys have been smoking it. So y'all left me nothing but one piece. So I'll save it for me.
But continue, Tuck.
Yeah, because a lot of the developers didn't like what Sony was doing. I know they didn't. Man, it's I'm just glad to see what's Sony. I mean, like I said, Sony doing their own thing. I don't like it, but I tell you right now, whatever they do, let them do it. If they want to choke, hey, I'm gonna put a quote on an old movie a long time ago. It's called "Which Way Is Up." If they want to choke on the motherfucking bone, let them. Let them do it. Just let them, because eventually they're gonna have to do something. I mean, now they're gonna put everything on PC now. I mean, which they already got everything on PC, so that ain't no big deal. Now these people trying to make that a big deal. I said that's not no big deal. So what are they gonna do when Wolverine come out? Are they gonna put that on the Xbox? I know they're gonna put it on PC, but is they gonna make his money? We don't know. We don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, hey, like you said, I think Square Enix was doing the right thing when they hired that new guy. Like the new guy said, no, we ain't going that route. We're gonna put everything on everything. So, I gave him all kudos, and I'd be glad when I'm not a Final Fantasy guy, but I know there's a lot of people that does play it. It's like, I'm gonna put it like this, y'all. I mean, for the first time in history, I had never seen this year's Call of Duty 4-player co-op have 18 maps day one come out on the Call of Duty system. I had never seen no shit like that.
That's the Xbox money and support, Tuck.
I mean, man, hey, they got it going on, man. I mean, like you said, Unlimited, all them skins that people buy and everything from Call of Duty, that's 100% profit from Microsoft. That is 100% profit. So and I bought a lot of skins from them. So, and I'm very sure that when I get to the new one, I'm going to be doing the same thing with the new one too. So, because I know Battlefield, people talking about Battlefield. This is my last subject on this. Everybody talked about how good Battlefield was going to be and all that stuff. No, it's not a Call of Duty. It's not. Never will be. That's all I got to say.
Excellent stuff there, Tuck. Excellent stuff. I mean, listen, Call of Duty is like every year is going to be the best-selling game on PlayStation, Xbox.
No matter what.
For like the 16th, 17th year in a row, except for the 1 year Hogwarts Legacy came out.
Right.
But Daya.
Last year.
Yeah, Daya. You still there?
I'm here.
Awesome. All right, so Daya. So this week, Sony came out and said that Bungie hasn't brought in the money they thought. and it turns out that they lost something like $300 million since purchasing them. By the way, they Destiny hasn't even released I don't think they've released an update, or expansion. I mean, since they joined Sony,
they haven't.
They haven't released another game. That marathon game is dead on arrival anyway.
Yeah.
But let me get your thoughts on this. Did Sony finally drive the knife and the dagger of Bungie?
Yeah, I think it was a poor purchase to begin with. I think it was a response to Activision, which they could never top Activision. They just couldn't. There was no purchase they could do that could equal to what Activision could do. So I think it was foolish. And also people forget that Bungie went to Microsoft first.
But Daya, I'm sorry to cut you off, Daya. The response to Bungie to Activision made no sense. It's like Microsoft bought a woman a diamond ring, and Sony bought one from the gun machine. He said, "I treat my girl better than you." Go ahead, Daya.
I want to add to that. Don't forget that Bungie was owned by Activision.
Yeah, they were at one point.
I don't think they were owned by them. I think they it was kind of a similar situation. I think.
No,
they had to buy themselves out or something.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me, guys. Yes, sorry, Tuck. You're right. My bad.
They dropped them because Bungie was. The Destiny.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Okay, so basically, it's not going to be a lot I can say about this. I think this is a cautionary tale on both sides. I think for publishers, be careful who you purchase, and I think in this point, for people always questioning, Xbox's leadership decisions and things like that, I can say this much: that Phil was smart enough not to buy Bungie because they did approach Microsoft first. And I will also say to the developers, Bungie, I think, stretched themselves a little too much. They thought they was too good for everybody. They were once with Microsoft and all that, and Microsoft understandably did not want to give up on Halo. Who in their right mind would do that? So they wanted to do Destiny. They want to do what they want to do. Oh, we don't want to touch that franchise no more. That's ridiculous. It's a franchise that makes money, has a built-in player base. Why would you give that up? Instead of like negotiating with Microsoft to maybe do 2 projects, we're gonna go on our own. We can do better on our own. So they do that. They get hooked up with Activision. Again, they had to buy themselves out from Activision. I don't know if they didn't like the way Kodak was or something. I don't know, but they did that, and then they thought 3's a charm. If we go into Sony, we can just get ourselves back out. But Sony's no fool. I will say that when it comes to contracts, they're not dumb. I think they had it in their mind to absorb.
I think Hebot and I gonna disagree strongly.
I think they wanted to absorb Bungie from the beginning, and that's the reason why the contract was written the way it was. I think they knew that they were protected either way. If Bungie does really well, okay, that's great. Now they finally have a multiplayer game that's under their banner. They can make a lot of money off of it, and they can use Bungie to teach other studios how to do it. If they fail, they get to absorb Bungie anyway.
Yep.
They own their IP and all that stuff. Everything comes with them, and that they get to dictate what happens from there. They get absolute control. So they covered themselves. So that's not a stupid contract, but it was a dumb purchase, because the risk was too high. And and as far as what Bungie was doing, they've run to the end of their stick, and I think they deserve what's happening to them. And I know that a lot of people have a lot of fond memories of Bungie and all that, but that's not the Bungie that made Halo. It wasn't. A lot of Halo developers still remain behind. That's something that a lot of Sony gamers don't understand, that they all didn't leave. Some did.
No, 70% of them left to go along with Bonnie Ross. You guys don't remember that? She took 70% of the original Bungie was at 343. And it left Jason Jones and a few others. There was some stars there. Mm-hmm. But when Sony started doing their thing, they started to break away.
Right.
And started to break away. So now then it gets to where Unlimited brought up they stealing this lady's work, her artwork.
Yeah, they did her work.
Come on. That was shameful.
And
but anyway, go ahead.
It's not the first time either.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so this is the type of company you were dealing with, and I don't know what it was that Xbox saw that told them that this was a warning sign, but it just really shows you the difference of the companies that they, I think Phil's very smart about what they purchase, and Minecraft is a good example of that. And they're not as dumb as people like to pretend that they are. They're a very smart company. They got very smart leadership,
Mhm.
and I think that it shows here. And that's really where I'll end it. I think it's a cautionary tale, and I think Bungie had it coming, and I think they're going to get. You said they already got absorbed. I think for all we know, they may end up dismantling Bungie if they can't get any use out of them. They may, we don't know what they're going to do with them.
They just have a
the
name.
only thing Bungie did right was getting the Last of Us multiplayer game canceled. That's the only thing they did right.
You see, Unlimited stole
shoot.
another one of my
It's
things I was
brutal.
going to say.
But
Man.
That's a good one though. But yeah, that's where I'll leave it. And again, I'm just really, I feel comfortable being under, Microsoft as far as the decisions that they're making.
awesome stuff there, Dea, and I'm with you there. So sometimes some things are just destined to fail.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman on the San Antonio Spurs was never going to work. He goes to a city like Chicago and balls out. He played in Detroit for the first part of his career and was a Hall of Fame player, two-time champion. Man, it's just some things just aren't a good mix. And Bungie and Sony just that's oil and water and drinking it with a cup of gasoline kind of bad, man. Because listen, Sony listen. We all know that Sony don't do multiplayer games well.
No, they
all right. They lucked into the Helldivers 2. That I'm not finding out. They're not even going to what were you saying about his link?
They're not. They don't have the rights to publish the next one that they make. That group is not under Sony
because they don't own Zinc. I'm sorry, brother. I'm just trying to
go ahead.
validate what you're saying. It's because Sony never bought the developer of Helldivers.
Right.
Yep.
What they did was they bought the rights to the IP for Helldivers 2. But Zinc is correct. They didn't make a deal where the next Helldivers will be owned by them. So now they can outsource it and get it published by someone else. You understand? Because they don't own the developer like they did with Returnal. They bought them, the guy who did Returnal, and then that's why now they own them and they're doing other single player, games that look exactly the same but with different titles and settings. But that's the difference. That's the difference. I just wanted to validate what Zink was trying to explain.
Okay.
No, that's exactly what I needed clarification on. Yeah. So like Dave said, it was never going to work, and that's just how it is, man. Some companies, they peak at different times, and Bungie's peak was during the 360 early OG Xbox. With their games, I never even played Destiny. That's how little I cared about them after they left.
It was good. It was a good game. I played the single player.
Right.
It wasn't all that great.
Right. And here's the thing. Bungie, Destiny was, me, I like gameplay. The gameplay was solid. I mean, extremely good game.
Very solid.
Yeah, so I like that gameplay, and I left it at that though. But I have boys, and I'm sure we all have friends that played that. What was it called? The Vault or something that they had, these online things where it was really good. I heard, but
I never got into it as far as the online portion. But I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they said it was awesome, but the gameplay it's just smoking gameplay. Just like Halo. But go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, it's your turn to speak on this.
Okay. Hey, you guys hit this so hard. This was the hard. Yeah, you guys took up everything I was gonna say, but let's leave it at
leave
this.
a little sprinkle for me, please.
Okay.
No. You going next after him.
I'm gonna streamline this and hurry up and get this to Hebot. Here's the thing: when it's what was your favorite game last year? Unlimited. Mine was E-Rock and I. We liked the vampire game, that everybody
oh,
hated?
Redfall. Oh yeah, that was in
Redfall.
2023.
We liked it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Redfall.
yeah.
What was your game that you liked that they shadow dropped and Microsoft
Oh,
had to
Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah,
Hi-Fi Rush? Okay,
Yeah.
let's start there. If it's a studio that Microsoft took over, it's Microsoft's fault. Why is Bungie not Sony's fault? What happened there? I thought Sony was the master of marketing and the master of business. So what happened? You buy something and now you're not going to oversee it to make sure it's perfect. Microsoft took a company in Bungie that didn't even there was not even a story to Halo until Microsoft purchased Bungie. Then Jason Jones and the guys created a story and coupled it with the game, released the game in like 9 months. They turned a game that didn't have a story into a $10 billion franchise. Bungie was legit. Sony buys Bungie. They even did a good game with Activision and Destiny. So Sony think they could lighten in a strike 3 times. They buy them. And like Dia was saying, I thought it was Dia didn't say this, but I thought it was a good purchase. But what Dia was saying, Sony thought they would get the studio that would make their online game and make it last forever.
Right.
And like Unlimited said, what Bungie was good for, they canceled factions. Well, they didn't cancel factions. They just told Herman Hulst, right, Hebot? They just told Herman Hulst what it would
That shit is garbage. It's not going to work. Get rid of it. That's it.
No, but they said, you're going to have a staff to keep this game. The upkeep of a continuous online game is immense. And they didn't want to go through all that. They looked around like, hey, we don't have the budget for nothing like this. That's what Sony said. So they just quietly got rid of factions. See, nobody wants to talk about that. And then this is how great Microsoft is. Bungie made these great Halo games, got contracted to do a couple more great games in ODST and Halo Reach, and then they left. We were done with Halo. Bonnie Ross pulls up, the only employee left. She started a company with one employee, turned it into 1,500, and now we have what we have today. The game is still going on. It's 25 years in a running, and Sega Man can't get his Killzone game. So tell me Microsoft ain't shit. Tell me they ain't shit. They have a game that's lasting 25 years, and here's Sony ruined a $1 billion company. They ruined it. But nobody want to give them credit for them running. They said, it was Bungie. Oh, and Unlimited think he's slick, deal. He said that they lost $204 million. Well, it's just some bullshit that Unlimited and his accounting friends conjured up called an impairment charge. So instead of saying, well, we lost this shit, an impairment charge is an accounting magician-like term where they hide that loss in the financial statement and put it under some other shit. So they losing money over here, but I don't hear Destin Legary and IGN talking about this. And Hebot's best friend, Paul Tassi, he ain't said shit yet. But y'all go ahead, man. Everybody's cooking today.
Dick Fuller, I know.
Before I get to Hebot, I just got to piggyback off of Zink because Zink talk about everybody spitting facts. Zink out here, man.
I know.
He know the game, man. He know the accounting game too. Pretty
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, and look, man. So Sony, listen, with Sony numbers, you don't. A lot of them this time you don't. What's that? E-Rock be saying? Half of what you see and none of what you hear, something like that from them. I forget exactly how it works.
Don't believe half of what you see and half of what you don't. Something like that. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. So that's the case with them, man. But the fact that they are here saying, look, we lost money on Bungie. This ain't working out. I'm not surprised, man. I'm not. Listen, here's why I knew it was going to fail, because it was such an obvious response to the Activision purchase. So that tells me that it wasn't done with anywhere because I remember we were talking about it. Hebot was saying at the time how no man, it's not, it wasn't like these other acquisitions where it takes time. I remember Hebot telling me how fast it was, and that's when it kind of clicked. Oh no, this is just a response to the Activision thing, right? So they didn't know what they're getting into. They just wanted some good quick PR. The perception was from everybody, from Destiny Gary to the craziest PlayStation fanboy, this is even better than Activision. I mean, because they're going to take care of their devs, and then they laid off half the workforce there at Bungie. You know what I'm saying? Just all the stuff that we like. If you had any just basic logic, you knew it wasn't going to work out. But Hebot, man, I'm passing the mic over to you. What are your thoughts on Sony confirming that they pretty much killed Bungie? No, Hebot.
Hello? Brother Hebot, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Sorry, I was playing some Paperboy on the arcade machine. Sorry.
Oh, she.
Go ahead.
Unlimited don't know nothing about no Paperboy. Don't do that.
Yeah,
again,
I'm playing. Look, I'm playing that Paperboy. I got wifey playing Paperboy now. Look.
I already cracked.
Yeah, you see Paperboy all day on the Mortal Kombat kiosk. Look at that. Oh my god.
My God.
Oh,
Gangster.
that is neat.
That was gangster.
I should have figured you were out, man.
My thoughts on what you're saying on what happened with Bungie, right?
Yeah.
Well, look, we all know, first and foremost, that it very much was a counteractive purchase, right? Because Microsoft did the big acquisition of Activision. And just, to be honest, I think the behind closed doors, Sony's biggest fear was, oh, fuck, what about Microsoft decides to take Call of Duty off of PlayStation? Which is the number one biggest selling game that's online for them, right? And so they figure with Bungie's pedigree, right? Because they know online service games very well through the years. Let's purchase them. And they knew they couldn't retract and make them exclusive only because Destiny was doing very well. It was becoming a big behemoth. But like all companies, we got to understand that developers have to understand that not every game is Halo. Not every game is Call of Duty. Not every game is Minecraft. Not every game is Grand Theft Auto, right? There's only a few selected games that could do pretty much whatever they want and still last the test of time, like Mario, right? For example, right? But not every game can do that. So it got to a point where Bungie, unfortunately, started getting arrogant with some of the stuff they were doing, and the Destiny fan base started kind of tithering away. They weren't happy, and the game started to kind of dwindle off, even though it was very big. But as far as the gameplay, like things were saying,
sorry to cut you off, but what the fuck? Kid Smooth dropped a diss track for Xbox. What the?
Yeah, he been doing that shit, retarded shit forever.
Yo, I know E-Rock ain't here taking care of his mom, but he need to get his boy, man.
Yeah, he's lost in translation.
Yeah, he dropping diss tracks on X. Man, E-Rock, man, get off the island, man. Drop
There's no saving that boy. He's lost in translation.
Yeah, dropping diss track on X. My goodness.
Yeah. So like I said, like the gameplay for Bungie was phenomenal, and I mean, like the same way like Halo, buttery, and that's why a lot of people liked it, including Phil. Phil was a big fan. But we all know that they got to a point where they wanted to make something other than Halo, right? And at that time, Phil still had his hands tied, and constraints were still there. And I think that was even before Phil was on the move. I don't remember, but correctly, but basically they couldn't allow them to do multiple projects like they're doing with other companies, like let's say Obsidian now, that they're allowing them to do multiple projects, right? And plus Halo was, is the number one king on Xbox, right? That's the priority number one. And so what they did was, so we want to have our independence. And Microsoft gave it to them. They let them go, but they said under one condition, Halo stays with us. See what I'm trying to say? And they said, okay, no problem. So Halo stayed with them, and that's what they created 343s. But Bonnie Ross, which was a very good move at the time because I still
And
personally
remember, they thought Bonnie Ross was committing suicide because they were just going to leave it alone, and she was like,
Oh, yeah.
"No, I want to strike this up." And
Yeah,
she
yeah,
was,
yeah. She
they
wanted to take the
let
helm.
her
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Bonnie Ross made what you would call it a presentation of what she wanted to do, and they gave her an opportunity. Absolutely, she wanted to do it. She wanted to take the mantle and the challenge, and I think she did a good job because a lot of people hate Halo 4, and me personally, I think Halo 4 is fucking phenomenal.
I think
It was, hey, dude, she did everything, and I want to be quick. She did what we always wanted. Who are the forerunners? What the hell is the librarian? I mean, they brought all of that stuff that we wanted to know about. And
absolutely,
you know, and another thing, like they thought every Halo outsold every mainline Halo outsold the prior, so they need to settle down. And they even tried to say Halo Infinite was a failure. Again, a quote from the Miss DEI lady that people think is stupid. She said Halo Infinite made all of its money back within the first 3 weeks of release.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. What they wanted to do with Halo was see if they can keep feeding it like a service game through the years and make it last for 10 years. But obviously, with some franchises, that does not work. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that they have good intentions, because I'm pretty sure no one's going to make an investment like, oh, yeah, let's do this so that it could fail and we could lose millions of dollars. Obviously, no one does that. So it wasn't that they were trying to screw up Halo or mess it up, because people love saying that, oh, they want to kill Halo. Microsoft don't care about Halo. No, they were trying to evolve it and do different things. Obviously, clear as day. But that sometimes it's not enough. Or sometimes it just doesn't work with certain game titles, right? But to get to the point, Bungie got too, head over heels at the time. And then when they went independent, they started doing Destiny, was doing well. But once they saw that Microsoft was still committed with Halo, with 343s, a lot of like other things said, a lot of the original members went back to 343s, and people don't realize that. That's why I said, Bungie was the one that took care of it. They would, dude, 70% of the staff members is like other thing was saying, did go back to 343. 343s was Bungie. They were Bungie. But these guys treated it and talked about it like, oh, no, it's not. It's 343. They're fucking it up. I'm like, no, it's Bungie, dude. Because the staff, most of the main cast and members are there. You see what I'm saying?
And then Marcus Lato that created a lot of, I think he created the Master Chief. He left and went somewhere else. So it's a shell of itself. Like E-Rock was saying earlier, sometimes companies don't leave, but people leave and start doing other things. So it breaks up the team. It's the reason why the Bulls stopped winning championships. You break up the three, it's, it's over.
Yeah, absolutely. But, not to be too long-winded, Sony did it because, of course, they figured we need to have something to combat if we lose Call of Duty. So let's hire these dudes so they can make something for us and take care of, make live and service games. You saw they had like 20 games and they canceled all 20, including Concord. That was a big failure, right? They lost like 300 million there too, right? So I think that was definitely the move. But look, obviously long-term, the outcome is they didn't do anything. They lost 300 million with them as well. Right. And that's not to be surprising, because, again, just because something looks good on paper don't mean it's going to pan out. Everything doesn't work that way. It's not that simple. What Microsoft established with Bungie started way back when in the OG Xbox. We're talking about almost 30 plus years. And it wasn't overnight. You can't do that overnight. It takes years and years of experimenting, trying, trial and error, and all the different ideas, with one another to figure out what's right, what works, and what doesn't work, right? It just so happens that with Halo, everything worked until at least Halo 3, without people starting crying, because I just think Halo fans got kind of entitled, didn't want to see Halo move in any other direction but stay the same. And you need to try to expand that at some point, because then the franchise is going to get stale, because then if they didn't try nothing new, What was that? Hello.
Sega man.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Yeah. What did you say? I couldn't hear it, brother. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
That was
No.
me.
That sounded
Because
good.
if Microsoft and Bungie or 343 would have never tried to kind of move Halo forward, then the new narrative would have been, oh, Halo's been the same, it's getting stale, it hasn't changed. Then that would have been the narrative. Okay, because you're damn you don't, you're damn you do, right?
They did
It's not
do a
easy to
few
be.
things. They did do a few things with the Halo Wars and
Yeah,
Spartan
absolutely.
Ops. They had books, and it's even a new book coming, I think, this week or next week. An audio
Right.
book in the Halo universe.
Oh, there is
So
an audiobook?
yeah,
Well,
it's another audio book coming. Yeah,
Wow.
they've done a lot of things. It's like they have over 50 novels, and most of them are on the New York's bestsellers list.
Right,
That made it there. So they've done a lot to expand. They've done so much to expand a universe. Even people like Installation 00 doesn't even know everything is a speculation because it's so mired in mystery.
Well,
with what's going on.
even with Halo 5, right?
Mhm.
The whole idea of having Master Chief kind of go AWOL because he wants to find Cortana, and then they had to send in another team
I see
to
what
look
you're
for
saying.
Master Chief,
But
right?
the
To look
problem
for
with that, though, you can't have a black protagonist. Though.
check it out.
That's illegal.
To go and look for Master Chief to make sure and bring him back. Even though you saw when his character and John Fiddleton's character both said, "Yo, that's the Chief. I don't like this. I don't like what we got to do, but we need to do it, right?" And the whole thing came off as people were not happy. And I don't like playing the race card, but the whole thing came off like people weren't happy just because the main character was locked, right?
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Just like Unlimited brought out the hatred of Yasuke from Assassin's Creed. That was a true character. He was a real life dude, and they still hated it. So it's inevitable, dude.
So,
it's either they mad because it's a woman, or forget being a black guy and the only guy, or the new so-called leader when he's not the new leader. Come on, bro, settle down.
Yeah, well, I brought that up because I'm saying even Halo 5 was great, and the direction they were going with, they team up at the end of the game. Spoiler alert: if you didn't play it, too bad. You should have been played it. They team up with the idea that they're going to go out together as a team, with the two teams together to continue doing what they needed to do, right? And I thought that was great, right? But then they went on the Halo Infinite route, and Halo Infinite also was a nice start in the beginning as well. But again, like I was saying,
even when they brought the Arbiter in, they hated it at first when we played as the Arbiter in Halo 2.
Right.
Try with my man Keith David playing the voice.
Do it all in one.
Mm-hmm.
Dividing here.
What's going on, Hebot? I look like that you're at Target or something, man.
No. I'm talking to wifey. I'm here at BJ.
Hebot always on the move.
Yeah.
I gotta take care of the family. That never ends. You know how it is.
Where you at? Sam's Club?
No, I'm in BJ's.
Oh, well, we don't have DJs down.
We don't have that over here.
Yes, BJ's. Yes, Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, Ben and Jerry's.
Okay.
Oh, everybody got that.
It's a family. It's a family being. So again, that's what I think. That was a bad decision because they did it out of reaction, not out of actually thinking it out and being well thought out. And so it didn't work in their favor. And now we know it's the truth, but that most people were like, that they were happy about it because they wanted it to be kind of like a bragging rights, right? Because they're like, hey, yeah, we got the Xbox.
We throwing it in. They were throwing it in their face.
Bungie left Microsoft because they don't like Microsoft, and now Sony owns them. That was all it was when it came to the fan base, which we all know is garbage, and nobody cared, right? And then on top of that, Sony probably thought they could fight something off with getting some type of team that has live as a service with when it comes to having a team like Bungie to compete with the Call of Duty acquisition that Microsoft did. So, okay, guys, give me 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah, we about to wrap it up. Hebot. Yeah, we're about to wrap it up in general. Yeah, great show, everybody. Fantastic show as always. We're gonna give our our final thoughts this week is gonna be our just really, and when I say quick, be quick about your thoughts on GTA 6 delayed. Probably next year, November. I'm gonna start with Sega Man, the number one with the gun. What are your thoughts on the GTA 6 delay?
Not really anything, brother. You know, everybody is really anticipating that game, Brother Unlimited. But I'm really anticipating Gears E Day, man. I don't care about nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care about nothing. Now, look.
Well, let me switch up my comment, my question then, because it just kind of, when you said E-Day, hit me that we get Halo next year, Forza Horizon 6, Fable, Gears E-Day. I should be asking you which one of these are you most excited for? Because that's a nasty lineup of games in next year's Call of Duty, and that's off the top of my head. So I know for you said E-Day, man, but so I'm switching up my final question because that's a good choice.
Yeah, man. I know a lot of people are excited for that. Excited for the new Grand Theft Auto. You know how everybody thinks it's just exclusive to PS5, but I'm not. I mean, hey, you know what? If it's delayed, that's fine, man. But like I said, Unlimited, we got so many things that are going on over here with Xbox when it comes to games. I should have really patented this, man. We're eating good over here because there's a lot of people saying that now, man. Everywhere. It's everywhere. A lot of people are just saying we're eating good over here. But it's all good that they're saying it. It really is, because we truly are. Xbox is the best box, and we're eating good over here, man. And I can't wait to get these games. Like you said, Call of Duty 7, that's coming in a couple days. I can't wait for E-Day to come. I'm going to have Call of Duty 7 beat in probably a day or two. I'm going to beat that, as soon as it comes out. And I'm just happy, man, to keep playing Gears, bro, and just waiting on that E-Day, brother. I'm really excited for that, man. I can't wait to see the power, man, of the next Unreal Engine, baby. That's going to be sweet. I can't wait to see that, man, with our beloved game, Gears of War, Zinc. It's going to be awesome, man. So, yeah, brother, that's all I'm waiting on right now. Me and Zinc and our brother
Tool Man, and maybe Dia, if Unlimited could force her to play with us or something.
It was a good old time, but I'm gonna land my plane on it. Oh, and also, man, I just want you guys to know, man, that our competition, like Satya Nadella said, it's TikTok, man. It ain't nothing else, bro. And I'm a land on that, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, excellent stuff. E-Rock, you still there?
Hello.
Yeah, hey, E-Rock. So
damn, I was hoping he wouldn't hear.
Let me get your thoughts. Super quick on the delay of GTA 6. I'll save the topic for another time.
Oh man, that delays happen. They're getting the game polished. I think they wanted to move it back to the holidays so they can maximize their sales. But I mean, who are we kidding? This is going to be the biggest selling game in the history of anything.
All right.
Yo, man, I'm who ain't looking forward to GTA 6, man. I mean, I know Sega, man, he don't like long games like that, man, but these big massive games. But all I'm gonna say now, and I'm gonna get it out of the way, all people are gonna be talking about is whoever this girl is, the main character, Lucia. That's all you're gonna be hearing about. That's all Sega, man, all I'm saying is cake for days, caked up. That's all they're gonna be talking about.
Watch yourself now.
This is gonna be the biggest. I'm just spitting facts. This is gonna be the biggest selling game in history. We know what Rockstar can do. This game is gonna be amazing. So I'm looking for 2026 is just stacked anyway. So I mean,
my favorite was San Andreas, bro.
Oh yeah, man, yeah.
Classic. That's a classic.
Well, that's a classic, man. But yeah, man, looking forward to it, man. 2026 is gonna be stacked. And gaming is in a good place, man. I don't see how anybody can be unhappy with what we're getting, man. This is a great time to be a gamer.
Absolutely spot on there, E-Rock. Daya, real quick, your thoughts on GTA 6 delay? Oh, Daya says
Oh,
screw you.
sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it quick.
yeah.
There's nothing that GTA 6 can do that it won't succeed. So it still succeed. People, they're just gonna look forward to it even more. They're not gonna lose anybody. They'll just play more GTA 5 and and life will
Right.
go on. I don't think it changes anything. I think some people are getting a little bit frustrated. They've waited a very long time, but they'll wait a little because the difference is they've seen the game. They know the game exists.
Mhm.
They know what they're going to get. So I think that's been enough to keep people happy enough to wait for the game until it finally comes out.
Excellent stuff. Oh, by the way, guys, after the show, if you could just give me 1 minute to ask you guys a quick question. It's not going to hold up your time. It's literally just a question I need your thoughts on. But Zinc, Zinc,
Yeah, man, I was
yeah,
hoping
your
E-Rock's
thoughts.
ass wasn't here for when I came up. Because, hey, look, like Sega Man said, of course, Halo is my favorite game.
Mhm.
Before Halo comes, I know it's one of the first ones in the series. You guys don't know that, but it's not in chronological order. I'm going to play all 13 Halo games before this game comes out. And I'm going to play all the Gears games before Gears come out.
Yep.
So, and of course, everybody is going to get shout out to that train. Of course, everybody is going to get what's the game? GTA 6. And I'm only going. The last time the GTA came out, I drove around for 10 hours, played golf, and that was it. And but that was the game of the generation. I saw everything that went on, listen to different podcasts. So, and everybody has something different to say. When you have a game that's that elaborate, where everyone has something different to say about the game, that's a game. So, but it's not going to affect us. We still playing our games.
No.
So it's just going to add to what E-Rock said, a stacked lineup for all of next year. Hey, I'm even going to play Fable for the first time because my kids played Fable to death. So yeah.
Awesome stuff, guys. You guys have a great rest of your week. Everybody, thank you for joining on this episode of The Unlimited Truth. As always, it was great to get the Xbox family back together. And with that, guys, we are out.
Peace.